Good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of D4WeDie. Tonight we'll be following 6 adventurers as they discover the mysteries of the Lost Mines of Phandelver, which is out for free until the end of the month of April on Roll20. We are a small group of friends who just like to record our epilogues as we traverse the realms and dangers that inhabit those within. With all things settled, sit back, get comfy, and we'll dive into this night's episode of D4WeDie. But you guys are all ready, and if we have everybody, we'll go ahead and jump into today's game.
Yay.
I'm ready.
As am I.
The cat just walked up the stairs, and I swear he just said, "Mama?"
Yeah, cats will do
Like
that.
I heard him.
Cats can also
Hey.
bark.
Yeah, pretty whack.
I hear you, Goose, and come.
Yes. And cats also only meow at people.
Yeah.
Yep. They're trying to imitate human speech.
Something.
It's on the frequency as a baby, so it's mind controlling us. So they thought cats are psionic. Don't tell the mind players.
Yeah, that'd be scary if it was mind flayers.
I have a picture of a Mind Flayer cat hybrid. If you want to use it for a token.
That may come up in the future.
How do we make the pictures, like, our pictures of everybody not there?
In the talking, on the channel, it says as, and then next to the send button, you can change what your picture is with that.
Oh no, I meant, like, minimize them.
Oh,
That is a good
Okay,
question.
we got everybody.
DM,
What is that?
how do I make the pictures not there?
Okay, you got to go to the little gear bar in the top right,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you have to put audio and video, I believe. Yeah, audio and video. That little thingamabob, and then you'll need to go to the video display tab and make it names only, and that'll just reduce them all down to just little bars.
That is very good.
Is that
You can also change your
video
dice
here?
color by clicking on your like little your color of wherever is next to your name, if you want to change it. That is an option as well. And for those of you who want to be a little bit more savvy for whatever reasons, you can actually put HTML codes in there if you want to use alternative colors. I require just a little tidbit.
Oh yeah, like the F0 hashtag 38873. That
Yeah, sure, stuff like that. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or anything like that before we begin?
Can I have $50?
If you're trying to pray to the deities, go ahead and do that effort mentally, I suppose. I don't got $50 to give you, my man. All right. So, otherwise, however, you guys may have come into contact with Gundren. Perhaps you have your relative ties to him. Either way, you have been on the high road here from Neverwinter since you met with him, and he told you of his grandiose expedition near Phandelver, where Wegveko Cave was, and you traveled for about 2 days down the high road, escorted with various caravans and such, and you are now at the turn, about a half day from Phandelver, with the caravan still in tow that he left the group of you. None of you have really gotten to know each other because you've been in pretty wide company with the various caravans that have come and met with you guys along the way and provided you with pretty good protection. So it's been a rather easygoing trip so far. But now you make your trip down Tribor Trail, which is known to be rather dangerous. And did you have something to add? Sorry.
ooh.
Thought I saw somebody's trying to say something there, but
Oh, I'm still gonna. I think Jurgen slept the entire way, and he's still trying to sleep through, even on the dangerous bit. Maybe somebody tried to nudge him, and he's like, eh.
okay. So he's like sleeping in the back of the wagon, or
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Don't turn it into Skyrim.
All right.
Wait,
so while
so
you
this
guys are
person-
dropping,
Oh.
Go ahead.
I said, so this person's been sleeping the whole time?
It seems like it. In the back of the wagon, while you guys were, maybe you're just now noticing that they've been, I guess, hanging along as a stowaway.
He has strapped himself into, like, the back so he doesn't fall out, because that has happened to him before.
Oh my.
I laugh and just continued ignoring him.
So now that you guys are kind of recognizing that all of you are a part of this caravan, maybe you've taken stock of each other previously throughout the past 2 days, because again, it's been 2 entire days. But with the wide company that you had before, you're just now fully taking stock of the company that you'll be keeping for the rest of the journey to Phandelver to meet Gundren Rockseeker. He's run ahead with what's his name, Hildren Hallwinter, which is a darker-skinned fella who seemed to be of human descent, and they seem to be, readily. They seem to be like hastily off to some preparation. Told you to meet them at the provisions broker in Phandelver. So you guys are about a half the way's ride, and I'd like you to take this moment to introduce yourselves to each other and maybe introduce your characters. And I think we'll start with, just go alphabetical, Athena. Go ahead and introduce your character. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. So, I'm a half tabaxi, or that's what I've said. I've pretty much introduced myself to even the extended company. Like, you've probably seen me just generally trying to make small talk with everybody, even if they don't seem very interested in small talk.
Even the sleeping guy?
Even the sleeping guy, she just whispers when she talks to him. She thinks they're pretty tight now. This is the quiet time.
What do you look like?
She has like longish white hair, and she has feline ears and like kind of feline features. Like you can see it in her face a little bit. Pretty much the anime style cat girl.
So, how you pronounce the name?
She's going by Athena.
Oh,
Dina.
not Zabarar. Zabuza.
Zabuza is a different character, I think.
Okay, just trying to figure it out.
Oh yes,
Okay, just trying to figure. Okay.
Wait, what about my character? I'm lost.
Yeah, I thought I saw the Discord voice from that person, and it was the wrong person. But
Yeah. But beyond that, like I don't have any weapons or anything. Like I don't even look like I'm dressed for battle. I'm like in pretty basic clothes to the region.
Very cool.
But I feel like that's pretty much what you'd pick up from the first glance.
Very nice. Thank you for that, Athena. Beacon, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character. Tell us a little bit about you.
okay, so I am Sean, but the character's Beacon. Beacon is a kobold, and this kobold is been asked to leave his clan because differences. But he is, I think he's like a little lovable asshole, and he is going to be hard to miss. Even though he's small, he's going to be hard to miss. He will travel around sometimes without a filter, and he has a little drum, and he's been playing his drum. It's kind of like, when they were working in the mines, the beating of the drum and the rhythm, and he might even pull out his bagpipes every once in a while and start practicing with those. So
Just,
Super relaxing.
I'm surprised
Yes.
he didn't wake him up with bagpipes.
It's like, oh yeah, that drum's mining sounds perfect. Oh, bagpipes.
Just
I love it. Thank you, Beacon. That was great. Darren, if you would introduce your character for us, please.
I'm Darren. I have a tavern back in Neverwinter. You might have heard of it. It's the Honeydew Inn. No. No.
Oh,
I'm just here. I'm looking to expand my menu. That's about it.
all right.
I need more business.
Well, thank you for that, Darren. I might be pronouncing this wrong, but is it Fortin? Or is there more of an enunciation on that?
Fortune.
Okay, Fortin. I didn't know if there was like a more of a drawn out anywhere, but okay. Fortin, if you would introduce your character for us, please.
Gladly. Yeah, he's sort of sitting off a little bit more towards the back of the cart. Rather pale complexion, one of his eyes bandaged up. Dressed rather well in rather dark colored garb, though not something you wouldn't find odd for a traveler. Just always kind of got this little bit of a smile and a chuckle, almost like he's always in on this little joke.
Move it back here so everybody could kind of
Yeah,
look
that
at each
guy.
other. So yeah. dude in the bottom right there, yeah. So thank you, Fortin, for that very illustrious introduction.
Oh,
Jurgen, or Jurgen Stonetaker, top right there. If you would introduce your character for us, please.
has the wagon stopped?
You guys are still kind of like moseying along. It's about midday.
Okay, if the wagon's moving, then he's still going to be sleeping, but he's just bouncing around. He's strapped himself into the back of this wagon. He's a dwarf. He's 297 years old, which is pretty old for a dwarf. And he's worked at a cookie factory for over 200 of those years, and they've recently retired him. He still gets to be part of the guild and give them money, but
Well, it's a privilege. He gets to give them money.
yeah,
that sounds like a fair trade.
yeah, he still gets to be in the guild. I mean, they'll help him out sometimes if he needs it, but he's getting pretty low on funds. And then he heard about his cousins, the Rock Seekers. He's a stone taker, but the Rock Seekers, they're doing this thing, this big project. He's getting kind of bored in his forced retirement, so he kind of forced his way into this project. Whether they really wanted him there or not. But he, like, in the cookie factory, he mostly just worked on their big ovens and boilers and bowls and stuff, repair works and stuff. And he's wearing, like, since he was in a factory most of the time, his skin is, like, pretty patchy, super rough, kind of pale and burnt, and he's wearing a drab pair of overalls that he's been wearing for like the past 70 years.
Oh man.
And like really thick, heavy leather gloves, and he's got like a bunch of tools like in his backpack. And his back is like to the wagon that he strapped himself into with like some weird little mechanism that he just made up. So he doesn't fall out because he's fallen out of wagons before.
I feel it, man. That's great. Okay, thank you, Jurgen.
And he's still snoring loudly.
Noted. Still snoring loudly.
Almost as if he's fighting the bagpipes.
Okay, Zabuza, if you would introduce your character.
My name's Johnny. I'm playing Zabuza, Fallen Asmir. He, obviously, Fallen's not too holy, to say the least. Bad childhood, turns people away from the light sometimes. Even though I get mistaken as a demon or a devil or fae from the wings, I'm not as bad as they'll make them out to be. I'm just here to fix the world in my own way. Oh god, that doesn't sound good at all. They're still good, okay? Not just because I'm, mostly all black with black wings. Doesn't make me bad.
Oh, that's not a problem. Every time one of your kinds come into my bar, I have to replace a table.
Ducks?
Oh yeah,
I love ducks. I love ducks.
duck is great. It just looks out into the forest.
Are you looking for ducks?
Can I make a perception to see if I see a duck?
Go ahead.
Duck roll.
First roll would be a duck roll.
11.
As you're looking around, you see that it's probably midday, 1, 2 in the evening, if you could measure it by those times. Sun's just crusted overhead. You look.
Orange is twilight hours.
You look up. You don't see any kind of avian creatures around. It's not towards twilight hours. It's like midday, just past like noon lunch hours. So, again, you've only gone 2 days and then a half a day. So you still got like a whole half a day, like 10 days. It's usually like a 10-hour ride. So you get about 5 hours of ride left, which will get you, 12 miles or so, which is supposed to be to get you there, supposedly. So you guys are moseying along, and who is riding the cart? Currently, I have Jurgen in the back. But who is driving?
Buckled in. I have my seatbelt on.
I drive, but I don't know where we're going. But I'm willing to drive.
You're just steering the 2 oxen along in the front. So Athena,
Oh God, they let me drive.
I mean, it can't be that hard. You just follow the road. Oh no, are you following the road?
I don't know.
I was gonna follow that one guy, but I ended up talking to you, even though you were sleeping, and then they got away from me, so I'm going down this path now.
I'm curious, what kind of things were you talking about? Just random thoughts that came into your head, or anything specific?
I was telling you about this time that I found a stick, and I told this guy that it was a really nice stick, and he agreed with me, and we became friends, but I don't remember his name because he was on a boat.
So Beacon is in the back, seeing how much he can do without, trying to wake, and he's like doing his own little experiments on how much noise he can make, not wake up the sleeping dude. Just maybe waking him up a little bit, and then just looking away and saying, "What?" So he's totally screwing with the sleeping guy.
Can I take like one of my wing feathers and like tickle his nose?
yeah, if you want. If he's sleeping.
Who's doing
If
the
he-
noise thing? Can I ask for an insight check from him?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. Absolutely.
Could you do it?
Me or the guy sleeping?
There was a... No, I'm the sleepy guy. I'm asking for the dude making a bunch of noise to do an insight check.
Yeah, Beacon make an insight check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Insight?
Yes. They got an 8.
This dude's a tank.
He ain't nudging.
So I'm gonna say to the guy with the dark wings, wait. I think we could try. Do you got water in a cup?
I have no water.
Oh no.
Beacon wants to try to make him piss his pants, but he's gonna try to explain it to the guy.
Is he dead?
Not yet.
I can talk really loud. Oh, I can cause harmless trembles in the ground for a minute.
Did the wagon stop?
It's currently stopped. So you guys have been going along as you guys are messing with Jurgen in the back. About
Second
a half day
the
more.
wagon stops. He bolts awake and goes, "Lunchtime!" and like unbuckles himself and like gets his stuff all ready. Oh, hello.
I feel like Athena stopped the wagon to go join in the fucking with the guy who was sleeping.
As soon as he says lunchtime, I'm gonna cast Good Berry and offer him a bean.
Thanks, and he just eats it.
So Darren, Horton, and Zabuza, you guys are the only ones that I don't have where you would be in like the marching order around the the cart as we come into this scene right here. So everybody else, I think you're where you are. Adjust it if you need to.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Okay.
I'll be. Is it stable enough to sit like on top of the carriage?
With the way that it's made, you could attempt it, but I would say just looking at it, it probably doesn't look like it could sustain a full body's weight. Maybe something as small as like a halfling, perhaps, because it is pretty thick.
Well, could I fly?
hide,
Just
but-
like hover over the top? Get tired of sitting around a lot.
If you wanted to do that, absolutely. Yeah.
Go ahead and stretch your wings.
So it is about 10. No, it's not quite 10 feet. So give me 1 second. As I put you in the air.
Oh yeah, that thing. I forgot how you put numbers on the tokens.
I have like a kit thingamabob on it to be able to do that. I can't remember what it's called. Token markers, I think. Yeah, token markers. That's what they're called.
I'm just
So
doing
it's like-
pre-meal stretches over here.
Since I'm outside, technically, I'm going to look up to Zabuza and ask him what kind of bird he is.
I'm not a bird.
I'm
I'm
curious.
a descendant of an angel is the best way to put it, but a fallen one.
A blackbird.
Make it long story short.
Beacon is gonna try to relieve himself in this bush.
By all means.
It's been a long trip.
At this point, it's now coming down to the beginning of the evening. It's not quite twilight, I'd say, with the timing. It's probably like 8ish in the evenings, where the sun's kind of peaking just past the horizons in mountainous areas like where you guys are. It looks like it's going to peak within the next hour or so and then probably get dark rather quickly.
Oh, I missed lunch.
I'm just gonna be starting up camp. Below,
Darren, as you're coming down here, you run into like a small host of like just flittering spider webs, and you too, Beacon, just like it seems like they're almost like strung out in the air, just getting caught in your hair and stuff as you're walking through.
You.
I want to take a look at these spider webs.
Okay, give me a survival, if you would, or an insight, it's your choice.
I'm good at survival. That's a 24.
Nice.
Got a
Even
negative 2.
better. And a 24, hot diggity dog. All right, so with a 24, you definitely recognize that whatever kind of spider produced these isn't your typical kind of spider. Maybe you dealt with arachnids in the past, or maybe you even come across some kind of book or entomology, I think that's the correct word for it, kind of descriptions or what have you to further that kind of knowledge.
I
But
haven't
these
had this type of spider in a long time.
doesn't even appear as if it's spider-like in a way. It seems like whatever the process is to produce the actual web-like structure is different. It doesn't look like it's in a typical kind of spinneret. It almost looks like it's in the process of making it in its liquid form. Something is using like finger-like motions to bring the webs out, which is definitely strange because spiders don't really have fingers, but that's the kind of vibe it's giving you with the way the
Like there's fingerprints in the web?
I wouldn't say that they're fingerprints. It's just the way that the gossamer strands are kind of spread. They seem like they're spread as because spiders typically have 2 prongs, and they usually use their back legs to do that. And whatever this was, it looks like it has 3 prongs, and it looks like they're shorter and clumpier in a way.
I got excited that I was gonna have spider-leg stew.
It definitely
I s-
seems unspider-like in a way.
Can I smell anything?
Give me a perception check.
I am not good at this. Holy
You
shit!
got a nat 20 on it though. You
I'm
faintly,
specifically curious about this spot on the map.
the wind hits you in this region, kind of cutting through the ravine in the center here, and you smell a faint hint of blood, just ever so faintly.
Hey guys, I found the dinner. They made it for us over here. I'm gonna start waddling that way.
While he's waddling that way, I want to cast, what is it? Guidance or resistance? Yeah, I want to cast resistance on him. So next time he has
Alright.
to make a save, he gets to roll a d4.
You got it.
What does your spell look like?
I'm just gonna kind of glare at you. You kind of shimmer for a little bit, but you don't notice it.
Oh man, I feel like I'm 250 again.
I think Athena will abandon the cart when someone says something about food and follow.
I mean, while I'm setting up a campfire with a pot on top of it, I'm just like,
As we're walking, I'm gonna like reach down, pick up a stick, and go, "Hey, this is pretty nice," and then throw it behind me.
Do I have to avoid this stick?
I'm not throwing it at you.
I
Are you
just kinda
directly
snuck up
behind
on you.
me?
Yeah, uncomfortably close.
Then maybe.
Oh. Okay. What is that?
You set up camp,
moving-
right?
Yeah, I apologize. So when he came in here, kind of like, yeah, he's setting up camp over here. So I was just using that as a signal for it. So I apologize that it's
Oh,
usually
that's right.
came out of
So,
nowhere.
if we're just going freeform here, Beacon's gonna be freaked out about spiders. He's gonna shake and go over to the animals and kind of just. It's like, what is with everybody? These are not professionals. We're trying to get paid. I'm trying to make money here, and everybody just wandering off all willy-nilly, leaving the cart unattended.
the cart.
All right, you weird dude. Okay. Can you watch the horses, weird dude?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Darren is back here with the cart. And you guys could technically move it up a little bit further.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I thought the cart was a part of the map.
No, I can absolutely move it. No, I apologize.
I'm
I
just
have a
straight
thing that
hungry. I
says-
missed lunchtime. Nobody woke me up. They didn't even stop the wagon.
Can I guide him over to eat so the whatever steers or cows or whatever are driving this wagon can eat some grass or something?
Yeah, as you kind of pull over, they begin to, unhitch themselves and begin to wander off to the side.
They unhitched themselves? That's amazing.
Hey, they're
They sure
skilled.
did.
They're
They're skilled.
trained very well. I want to go over and pet a cow.
Give me an animal handling check.
Don't eat it.
Don't punch the cow. Don't punch the cow. 11?
He's gonna punch the cow.
That's not a bad roll.
It's above average.
Yeah, it's not bad. So as you're approaching the cow, and it's begun to like graze on a little bit of grass over here, and you begin to reach up, and it has that kind of like lower body shudder in its back leg where it's like scuffing at the ground, and you think it's about to kick, and you're right in range at first, but it doesn't. It settles down and just continues on. Pat down, there, girl. She seems
I
real calm.
blink on you. Bessie.
Jurgen, as you're getting closer there, you see something glinting against the low sun as it's setting. And it looks like a small bit of string. And Zabuza and Athena, you guys see it too. And then all of a sudden you see the string spreading out in various different ways. And you all realize that it's a rather big but very fine spider web.
I'm gonna pull out a sledgehammer.
Yeah, it seems to be spanning this entire 20-foot gap here in between these bushes. It doesn't look like it's very sturdy, but it does seem to be spanning quite a good range here. And you guys can see it pretty easily from the ranger.
I think I'm gonna go back to camp. Because it looks sticky up there.
Tricky situation, huh?
That would before I could. There's a nice campfire with a big old cast iron pot sitting on it.
I'm gonna pull out some, like, tools and stuff, and then, like, click some stuff, and I'm like, hey, you want to see something cool? To Zabusa? Did I get that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Sure, I'll see something cool.
I'm gonna use my artificer tools to cast a firebolt on the web, the cantrip.
Alright, so you see a little streak, Zabuza, from... You're still up in the air, right?
Yeah, I'll be up in there a little bit.
Okay, so he's still up in the air a little bit, so he gets it from a downward angle, little streak that strings across and catches one little piece of this the web. And as it does, it spreads all the way through and just follows all the way up into the bushes over here, and you immediately see them catch on fire. But you hear something, both of you, in this direction.
I look over, I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Would I be able to see a
Yes.
sudden burst of fire?
What is
I
that?
told you that'd be cool. The
You guys
web's
would-
gone now, right?
Everybody would be able to see the fire as soon as it goes, because it would immediately brighten the area and the sun's going down. So yeah, it would be like almost like somebody's lighting wax paper really quick and just runs its course. That's pretty much what it did in this whole 20-foot area.
No, that's... I don't think
What the
that's
hell's going on over there?
fire size. I can use druidcraft to snuff out a small campfire. Oh no. That's no good.
I was about to say, I don't think Jurgen would walk through open flames, but then he used to work in, like, a cookie factory, so that probably wouldn't bother him too much. So he
Try to like fly
probably wouldn't
overhead a
be
little
too
bit,
long.
just to like get a view of the area.
I'm just getting my fire thing out real quick. Give me 1 second. So this one's gonna be on fire, right? Yep. This one's on fire.
Oh, that one's closer. I would go to that one first. Start trying to put out the fire.
But the web is gone, so... Ow. I keep kicking this daggone thing. I apologize for that. Okay. So, yeah, this one is on fire, and it's not a very... I wouldn't even say it's that big yet. This one's probably not either.
So there's no more spider
That's
webs.
just a cantrip.
That you can see in front of you, there's no more spider webs that you can see. But you heard a squeak somewhere over here, and I would say it sounded like... Wait! Does anybody speak Goblin by chance?
I do not.
I speak gnome.
That common and celestial.
Okay,
I have Elvish and Dwarvish in common.
okay, so it just sounds like to everybody, almost like a rodent-like shriek.
Athena's ears will kind of perk up, and she'll get like the wild eye going.
Dinner.
Yeah.
just goes from splits.
Could I move to where I'm at and cast Thunder Wave?
Before you have a chance, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I would.
I forgot
Keep
it.
in mind, I am in
cool.
the air.
As you're coming up here, where you heard the screech, you see
Have I only rolled nat 20s?
So far, yes.
Alright.
Weeds.
It's gonna hurt you later, but
4 figures burst out of various places within the brush. And several of them look very goblinoid, but one of them does not. And it is holding several different strands of a spider web wrapped around these 2 dead horses. And all of you have been acquainted to Gundren in some way, shape, or form. But Jurgen, you especially recognize those horses they're laying as Gundren Rockseeker's horse. And
I thought you were gonna say as my dinner.
I mean, they could be. That's really up to you, I guess.
But yeah, it's a.
How quickly you can drag them over those burning bushes. Like,
we're trying to stoke this fire.
I think I want a little bit more control than that, but then, oh wait, that's Jurgen's saddle.
Oh shit, what's happening here?
is
Or
that
not
right?
Jurgen's, Gundren's. Maybe some of like the Rockseeker crests.
Yeah, you recognize the horses for sure. All of you recognize him because you saw him leave on them. And then Hildrim, let's forget this guy's name, Hallwinter, or Sildar Hallwinter. Hildrim, where am I getting that? Sildar Hallwinter was also one of the people that accompanied him, and their horses are both there. And you see their saddlebags are open, and they're just peppered with various. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting these in. Everybody's rolling. Is that
Yeah, I
anybody?
think I forgot to click my icon before rolling initiative.
Oh, you're good.
Click token, roll initiative. Did it work this time? No, it didn't. Mine was 11, but no, 10 for initiative. But
We all rolled really, really well.
I mean,
Yeah,
Except for you.
I gotta roll for these guys.
I'm still trying to figure out how to work this stuff.
Oh,
So,
Um,
from what I rolled low.
Yeah, if you click on your token and then go into your character sheet and click initiative, it should roll your initiative.
I cannot even see my token.
Where? Fortune? Let me make sure you got all your right permissions, because it says you do. Yeah, you should be able to just click your initiatives thing right there. If you want, you can just roll a d20 and add 2 to it, because that's your initiative modifier. We just used it.
okay, it did, but
It's
I can add it in that way.
what I did, but on the map I'm not seeing a token or anything.
are you the one all the way at the top? Like all the way?
Yeah, Fortune.
Possibly, I have no idea. I can't see any tokens at all.
That's not good.
Sure you vision.
You don't see, like, the Athena token by the wagon or anything?
I don't even see the wagon. Like,
Can you see the map?
my shit's being. I can see the map, yes. I can see the fire you put. I can't see anything else.
You're too
what
low.
happens if I... Oh man, technical difficulties.
Scroll up. You're higher.
No,
North.
like, the map is. Like, right in the middle of my screen. I can't see shit.
Oh, you might need to restart your roll 20.
F5.
Yeah, you might need to
That's like-
refresh or reboot it.
Okay, refresh button. Go.
It's not overly
Oh,
important because
there
we
we
can I can put you in mind space if theater of mind if that's needed. But it is a bit more immersive if you can.
Yeah, I get you.
And then it also works for podcasts. I don't know
I
how
had to,
much of this technical
grab,
stuff's
like,
gonna get
random-
cut.
Like, I had to grab an old laptop to run it properly because my phone's not working. I'm gonna have to get a laptop here pretty soon.
You're gonna have to. What is it?
Oh, he's using Roll20 phone.
I grabbed a old laptop right now. That's what I'm running it on to try and.
That's
like-
unfortunate, man. I can put it more in headspace if you'd like. So, currently where you're located on the map is behind the wagon, and Athena's next to the fire, and the two oxen are both opposite of the trail that's going along the kind of forest bank. And then in between kind of a divot, it's like a steep embankment with dense thicket, kind of going up into the thicker forest. There lies two dead horses that are just peppered with arrows.
I can see it now. It's working.
You got it?
Yes, I had to refresh it. God damn.
Phantasmal. Outstanding. So you should be able to control and move your character if your browser will allow it. Not, we can move it for you, no big deal, and we can go.
Yep,
yeah,
I can move it.
Outstanding.
I was just checking that.
Awesome possums. Okay, so yeah, put yourself wherever you would like while everything was going on. Everybody else kind of gravitated down here, especially once Jurgen Stone Tanker used a cantrip to catch these the brush over here on fire. Zabuza seems to notice something over here as these goblins erupted from the brush and all are moving forward to attack.
Not my bush. It can be on fire.
But if it's on fire, that means everything else goes on fire. That's not fun.
Yeah, my guy is just kind of over in between these bushes over here. Because he don't usually want to be seen when shit starts.
Fire has initiative!
What?
The fire has initiative!
Well, yeah,
I get that.
it's
I'm trying to find my shit.
I think Athena
Yeah,
had 23 on initiative, but she's not in the turn order tracker.
She must have fell out somewhere, so that's alright. I appreciate that. I can put it right back in. Out of 10. She had 23, you
Okay.
say?
I think so.
Something like
Oh,
that.
wait. Her first roll is a 16.
16 plus what's your modifier?
She's angry.
No, I was looking at the wrong thing in the roll tracker.
Okay, and where do I roll the initiative thing? Shit.
If you go to the top, like where the chat bar is, and there's like
Yeah.
a little thing called journal, there should be a little tab that says players. You click on your name, and it should bring up a little character sheet. Once you're in your character sheet, you go to initiative. It's right beside your armor class, and
Yeah.
just click it. And if you click your token first, then it should put you right in the turn order.
Appreciate that.
There we go. Thank you.
Now you can actually do that with anything on your character sheet, attack rolls, all that. So if you want to.
Yeah.
But you can also use just the regular dice on here and add your modifiers however you want, if that's like too complicated or bogged you down in any way. So that's also an option.
It's all good. I'm just running on some fucking ancient tech right now.
It happens.
Okay. Making sure none of the initiative ties or NPCs. It looks like we're all set. Yeah?
And then I'm gonna. How far away am I? I forgot to check while we were doing tech. Oh, cool. I'm close enough. And I said I had taken out a the sledgehammer, which is the warhammer, and then I'm just gonna two-hand try to take this guy's head off with the hammer.
He's gonna pop him.
As a 23 hit.
Boar grub and a 23 definitely hits. So he's popping up, and looks like he's about to run at you, but his foot's caught on something, and he looks down, and then the warhammer comes down for 11. You have the killing blow on him, so yeah, go ahead. You describe that for me.
It's an uppercut, and he just takes his head clean off and like arcs somewhere over here.
Oh my! All right, so
Just quick, clean, thump.
And the head flies free from his shoulders, and you hear a little as it lands somewhere in the brush and off in the distance. All right, I believe that's just some of your movement and your action. Do you have anything else for us, Jurgen?
I don't have a bonus action yet. That's my turn.
All right. Well, then we go to Beacon with Zabuza on deck. Beacon, you're back here. You definitely saw that from a distance. Jurgen just kind of bum rushed the goblin that popped out of the brush there, and just completely take his head with the hammer, nonetheless.
So I think I'm in within reach of the snaky guy. I don't. The guy that's holding over here.
Perhaps. What are you trying to? He is within 55 feet of you. So anything's within that snow range. Yep.
Yes, I think so. I'm gonna point and say, "Oh look, a troll took a shit over there."
Give me 1 second. All my things disappear.
No, they're goblins. Oh, I get it. I get that. Yeah.
Okay, what kind of save do we need?
Wisdom 13.
I'm supposed to have advantage on that. Eric, see, you have disadvantage right now, so it is a 5. That should not be hidden. Oh, did everybody see that?
We did.
Okay, cool. Shouldn't be. Yeah, okay, cool. Whew. Making sure. So, yeah, you were doing it on this one, right? This thing.
Yeah, the guy with this. I think the only one I can actually see.
Okay, so, yeah, you could probably see this one, but this one might have half cover from you. But as you cast your spell at the strange chitinous-like humanoid, it's about the same size as a goblin. It just falls to the floor and makes this almost terrible, like screeching, guttling sound, like. But it's just like writhing in the brush, and you can almost not see it, but you can just see its limbs flailing around.
Dude, I didn't do that.
Normal goblin stuff, I think.
Yikes.
Did you just Urkel us? Not mad, I'm just disappointed.
No. Dude, that's all I got right now.
Right, then we go to Zabuza with Athena on deck.
How do you do like the thing you did to measure how far you are away? I think, yeah.
There's a ruler
Walk
thing on the top left.
It's in the middle.
Or you can grab your token and press Q.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's good to know.
Could I'll, you know what? Would like to fly in the middle here, and then cast Thunder Wave.
There's a Thunder Wave. Beacon, while he does that, can you roll your 1d4 psychic damage for me? For Vicious Mockery.
It was a 3 for the damage.
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. I didn't see it, I apologize. I think I read Vicious Mockery wrong, but I'm gonna run with it.
Leave its disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
Turn.
That's what I'm gonna do. I have it like laughing on the floor right now, but that's fine. I think I've confused it with
That Pathfinder spell.
yeah.
Yeah. That's his laughter you're thinking about.
Yeah. No, my apologies. So
You're thinking of hideous laughter. But
I was thinking it's like auto irresistible
having like
thinking.
epilepsy.
So it's still gonna have
Everyone
like
everywhere.
attack. It's still gonna have like attack and stuff, but for the sake of this, it's actively prone until its next turn. Because I put it on its back laughing, so yeah, I don't have that. But
He
it's still
called him troll poop and then he started laughing.
I mean,
He doesn't have a very high opinion of himself.
have you seen Troll Poop? It's kind of great.
all right. So Zabuza, what did you have for us? I apologize, I was moving stuff around.
Like to still hover about where I'm at and cast Thunder Wave.
That's right, Thunder Wave. Okay.
15 foot cube. If they fail, they take 10. Very cool.
Foot cube.
Oh,
It's just barely everybody, but it is indeed everybody. Okay, so I apologize if I spammed everybody with that. 15-foot cube, yada yada, 2d8 thunder damage. Already got that. Push 10 feet away and successful. Let's see. Is what I'm looking for. Constitution save. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I apologize if me muttering or whatever isn't bothersome.
That's normal DM stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
language of the DM god.
Alright, 2 of those and 1 of these.
thanks, God. Very cool.
Why do you keep moving like that? Oh yeah, because you have disadvantage. So, spell save 12. So this guy at the bottom, who popped up and was looking rather surprised that Jurgen, or a stone taker over here, beheaded his friend. He's just standing there. It says. The other one just immediately begins screeching as Zabuza does the thunder wave, and it lets this kind of screech out. They all take 10 damage, which as soon as the damage starts to hit them, yeah, Ronk and Kawali, Toe Chopper are dead, and Silky is rather injured. So we got 10 there. So what we got remaining?
You name all your goblins?
Just these ones. There's only I have all kinds of generators, man. Look at all these tree tokens. Each one of those I put in there too. Of course, it's good times.
Every
Anyway.
tree has a name.
I wasn't sure if you guys
that's
were gonna
Trent's.
kidnap any of this stuff. So anyway,
Question: does the fire have a name?
it does, Sir Pyrelot, and he's not going to be piring for very long. So We got a thunder wave. Is there any special way that you want to destroy these guys with sound waves? Because you got 2 gobs that are going to get one shot from it.
I don't want to be too flashy and stand out.
What do you mean? This is a perfect time for it. You're killing people with sound, bro.
Yeah, be cool.
You have the killing blow.
You're the
just one
fallen
up
angel
Jurgen.
guy. You gotta be cool.
You could do it with wings.
Alright,
do it.
then I'll just spin in circles with my wings and just let the sound
There we
shred
go.
everything.
Percussion of the waves literally breaks the sound barrier for a second. It boosts into sonic boom that percusses into their eardrums, and you just see their eyes cross. It's
I'm pretty far away, but can I, like, my... You know when you, like, when you go skydiving and your face just starts flapping? Can that be Jurgen's face?
Just that.
I'm just glad Athena's not near because her ears, her tabaxi ears, may be hurt from sensitivity.
Question: does he have tinnitus now?
Does he have tinnitus? Luckily for him, he doesn't, but the Silky definitely does. Jurgen, you...
I've had tinnitus for 200 years.
I was gonna say...
But it somehow just got worse.
Excuse me.
That was a solid 3 burp. Alright, so... I gotta
They're
move.
only goblins. They don't deserve a notorious burp. That's the word.
That's fair. Okay, Koali Toe Chopper had to move over the thing. So, yeah, the active threat of the goblins seems to be eliminated for the moment. Zabuza, you just used your action and a bit of your movement too, I believe. So, do you have anything else for us?
No, thank you.
All right. Then we go to Athena, and Borgub is dead. And so is Miss Toe Chopper. So, and we got Silky and Dare.
Oh, Miss Toe Chopper.
Yeah. Not all the gobos are dudes. Some of them are
So-
looking like nice husbands.
Oh, and you killed them all. They just wanted some stew.
I mean, if they wanted
So-
to, they would have set up with the horses they had.
Oh, I'm
So-
sorry. I'm gonna try to stand this guy back up.
Athena is going to dash over here, but she's going to have stew with her. Like she has some of the stew with her.
I haven't even put any ingredients in it yet.
It's just like
It's kind of broth.
Yeah, was it
yeah,
just like
it's
water?
just broth.
In a bowl of hot water.
It's just warm water and it has a carrot in it.
Where did you get the carrot?
There are
I
provisions
found
in the
it.
back of the wagon.
Hold on, let me make sure my stuff is right.
Like, I just see you run past with a carrot in your mouth. I'm like, okay.
I know you have 40 speed at base. How much movement are you? You got 60 feet.
Yeah, she
I
said
have 30.
that.
Oh, you're dashing and whatnot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you definitely make it to Jurgen with the pot of boiling carrot.
It's just a bowl. It's just hot water and a carrot.
Darren, you see her dash past you, completely ignoring the fire. Beacon, you as well. She just dashes right by you, back straight as an arrow. Doesn't even pay any mind to the fire, and is behind Jurgen with a pot of boiling water.
I will.
I'm gonna just look around and be like, what happened? And if I had more movement, I would try to cook this carrot on the fire, but you can tell I'm thinking about it. But that's all I'm gonna do.
I got Gundred, the boss guy. He's setting the whole thing up, and then I'm gonna set it up. And this is horse.
So in quick succession, you hear 3 from behind you, Zabuza. But the highest attack was a 12. They were all at disadvantage, so.
You have more than 12 AC, right?
I have exactly 12.
Ooh. So
Or is it meets it, beats it?
I think with NPCs, it's meets it, beats it. So it just beats it. It just barely.
Wait, wait, is these goblins that are attacking me?
No, this is the strange chitinous spider-like thing that actually, yeah, it had disadvantage. And
The goblins are doing.
has disadvantage on all its strikes, but
And one of them was a nat 20.
yeah, but it still got the 7 on it because it has disadvantage.
Bad about that.
Thankfully, it has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have died.
So none of them hit you, but the last one kind of nicks off of your armor in a way to where it just leaves like this little swath or tear somewhere in your clothing, and it just goes off and askew and almost kinks into this cliffside here. But it's looking very surprised that every single one of them missed. And you notice that it's kind of blinking a lot against the last flittering rays of sunlight. Then we go to Darren with Fortin on deck and the fire just after.
I'm gonna see Druidcraft trying to snuff out this fire. That's gonna be my whole action. I don't want this fire spreading. This is a whole forest.
I probably shouldn't make more fires then.
So rather quickly, Darren, you're able to whip together your skills and snuff out the fire by just bringing leaves and brush and things like that and snuffing out the oxygen of it without it climbing anywhere. So that was a well averted crisis there.
I'm gonna move over here and start trying to do the same thing, but I can't until next turn.
Gotcha. So Darren runs over to the other one. You can just kind of see that from your perspective. And then we go to Fortin, who's kind of in the back. You've been watching everything unfold, Fortin. And you just saw Darren go just beyond your vision, beyond this little brush here. And you could see the fire just burning over and the smoke kind of billowing away. But it is your turn, Fortin. You have your action bonus and your movement. What would you like to do?
He's muted.
You're good, bud.
Damn it! Okay. Sorry about that.
You good, bud.
I'm gonna move about there. Gonna try and shoot the spidery looking thing with my short bow.
Ready? So from your current area, it is about 45 feet away. What's the distance on your short bow? I believe it's 3120 or something like that. No, 100% on the distance. 80, 320. Wow, was I off? Okay, so yeah, you definitely got that. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your short bow if you would.
No problem. I forget, is a short bow a dex weapon?
It is.
Yep.
Sweet. Sorry, just gotta check a thing real quick.
What the heck, Athena? It's like dancing to Darren's hyperventilation.
Have you shot with your bow yet?
Hold on, I was trying to figure out the thing. I fucking forget what the damage on a short bow is.
Just click it on your thing.
It should be on your thing, but it is. If I can.
On your character sheet under the core. Find the short bow and just click it.
Yeah, it's a D6.
D6?
Yeah, D6 damage.
And then do you add dex to that?
Yes.
To the damage, yep.
Ah, shit, wait a minute, I forgot to roll a hit. Fuck.
I know.
Plus 4 to roll to hit.
I'm a dumbass, don't mind me.
He rolled a lot of damage.
I wrote, fucking hell, this computer.
On your character sheet, just hit the short bow. Just click it.
Might not be set up. He might have his character sheet somewhere else.
Oh.
No, it's there, it's just I've never used D20 before this.
Yeah, he's new to
Or
the.
20 for this.
Oh.
Like, this shit's alien to me, man.
Do you see
And
your
it-
character sheet?
Okay, short bow.
There you go. Just click it.
There we go.
All right. So
Yeah,
you're.
That's the
on your
proficiency.
sheet,
Oh man.
Fucking hell.
You're all right, man.
Sorry to be giggling.
17 was a hit, and then you can roll like that. You don't have to do it by
Right.
the character sheet. So
Yeah.
as long as you have the D20 roll and you know the modifier, then that's perfectly fine and acceptable way to do it.
Yep.
The 17 is
D20
definitely a hit.
But
So-
if you do want, for future reference, on your character sheet, under where like your death saves and hit dice are, there's like name, attack, damage type, and that's your attacks and spell casting. And you can click it, like, I'll click mine just, it's not really, it's not being used, but it'll roll the dice for you automatically.
Yeah, it's just a way to do things auto.
Yeah, for example, I can do it for you real quick from yours. I don't know how it looks for you, but it's right below.
That's a
It
nat
should-
one.
I got it.
Yeah, nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, but we're not going to take that. We're going to take the 17. But
Yeah. Yeah, shit, I thought I hit the thing. Oh well. 17, 5 damage. Thank you for being patient with me.
Guess what?
you're good, man.
We'd rather get this out of the way in the first session.
Okay, so the arrow flies free, and it does 5 damage. The thing takes the arrow to the chest, lets out a weird screech, and you see it falls back, and it kind of scrambles to its feet. It's just barely hanging on. Fortin, that's your action and your movement. You got a bonus action or anything else for us?
Nah, that's it.
Alright. Then you guys see Darren as you approach and Fortune comes over and lets loose an arrow. You see as the fire grows on this brush and almost completely takes the top part of it. And embers are now flecking into the air and threatening to spread to the greater part of the forest. Jurgen, your turn is up. And then Beacon, you are on deck. So, Jurgen, you see as the head flies free of your latest victim. All of the other enemies seem to be falling in place as Zabuza lets out a sonic boom with their wings. Darren behind you is taking care of the fire, and Fortune is letting loose arrows. As Athena is clacking around a bowl of, or a pot of boiling carrot. With
I want to
the
know what's
last
going on with
remaining
the carrot.
That's
So,
fair.
for my turn, I'm just gonna go over and give her the help action. so she gets advantage on the next thing that she's trying to do. I was too far away from the spider thing to hit it. I only got 25 movement.
You're trying to help me eat this carrot?
I'm giving you the help action for whatever you're trying to do for your turn.
It is appreciated.
I think that's good.
I mean, I don't know if she was gonna throw it at the spider or the fire. But I could take the pod if you want to, or I'm just trying to do an assist. That's my turn.
Is it technically tea? No, that's leaf water.
We're
I
making
just want a
tea.
bowl of the hot water.
I mean, it technically could, I guess, be carrot tea. I guess.
I have a raw carrot.
Weak ass tea.
I'll try to take the carrot with my bonus action.
I will stare my carrot hesitantly.
I just look over at this and just like,
I'm
fire!
hungry.
Fire!
So as Jurgen and Athena are sharing glances, Beacon, you move past them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try this.
Zabuza, you're on deck, and Athena, you're right after, by the way. What are you doing for your turn, Beacon? You moved a little bit.
I moved and I took my sling out and I sent a rock at that spider kind of weird, creepy thing.
All right, give me a sling attack roll if you would.
I did.
Oh, very nice. And 19 is definitely a hit. Oh wait, yeah, I think you did it at disadvantage, which is still a hit. 17. With 5, that will definitely finish it off. Do you have any description for your killing blow?
I don't think so. I just, because it's a weird shaped thing, I just want it gone, and it's just maybe a rock to the noggin, if it has a noggin.
It does seem to have some kind of cranial shape with 4 glowing yellow eyes centered in the top part of it, and
Going
kind
for
of
the-
pointy elven ears.
Aiming for the 4 glowing eyes.
So the rock flies and kind of it's kind of like a flat rock, one of the really good ones that you would have probably used for skipping. Maybe it's a shame that you had to use it in such a manner like this, but it goes and flies true to the target and beams in a horizontal kind of arc straight in between those glowing eyes, and you can hear a wet, crunchy crack as it seems to fracture something within it, and the thing goes and just stiffens up and falls backwards, and then the legs kind of curl up in a weird twitch.
Like spider dying.
Somebody should check that.
Fire first. Loot later.
Frick the fire. Put the pot
Frick
on.
the fire.
You need more fire?
Put
Do
the
not
pot
fuck
on
the
it.
fire.
Put the pot on it.
Actually,
All right.
You guys are officially out of combat.
Give me the carrot.
This
Yeah, with
soup
the
isn't
carrot.
very good.
I haven't done anything to it yet.
Druid crafted.
Why is that on fire?
I'm casting
I
through
just like use my wings to like trying to brush it out.
Fortune's gonna look at him and like, hey, wanna see some fun?
Is it more fire? I would not like more fire right now.
Throw the pot of water onto the fire. You're gonna see something great.
As Zabuza is flapping their wings, Darren, you're getting an increase of heat as the wind is pushed in your direction because they're so distant. But you know, if they get closer, it may threaten to throw some of those embers up higher.
No, stop.
I love a good
Can we just use the pot of water?
See, that's the thing. She said she had a bowl, not the whole pot.
Yeah, I just have a bowl. I've been sipping on it too, so it's maybe half
Oh.
a bowl. It's kind of
You
dirty.
didn't take the whole. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I had the image of you just holding a big metal kettle.
Yeah, that's partially my fault.
For what I knew of Athena, that's what I expected. But okay, can I go and grab the pot, the pot?
If you want, I
All
mean,
the way back here.
yeah, by all means. You guys aren't in combat, so the fire is growing a bit, and Darren's doing his best to like contain it, moving around, kind of all spread out. But
I'll just watch it and get
Yeah.
memories of the factory before the cell health and safety regulations kicked in.
if it
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm not
getting
gonna
so
go
high,
over and
it wouldn't
just,
be much of an issue
grab.
because of the way that this
Sorry.
ravine is built in here. But because of the height of it and the embers being thrown up, it threatens to come up here and catch some of the underbrush on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the pot of water.
I'll hesitantly throw my bowl of water onto it. Probably won't do much, but I tried.
Carrot's still in the bowl.
No, the old guy took my carrot.
So it does shrink it a bit.
So I hold my hands up, clearly having just eaten it.
Gonna get the water, come back.
So when you get the water,
Throw this down top of that fire.
Do it.
Just gonna dump the water onto the fire.
Really want to cast grease, but I don't.
That's the thing. I would. If I have access to Gust, I didn't take it.
Yeah, I'm throwing the water onto the fire.
as the water hits the fire, steam roils into the air, a loud hiss in response, and the rest of the whatever was holding the brush up together just crumbles down into ash, and the area is now a smooth pile of soot.
He will calm
But-
down
Yep.
and head over to the horses.
Yeah, gonna do the same.
I'm gonna shake this guy and go, "Where's Gundred? Where's my cousin?"
Oh, that was fun.
This dead guy. Just shake him around.
I want to see if I can see how good the meat on the horses is. Like, how fresh is this body?
It looks like it's been there for about half a day or so. So it's still rather fresh. The flies are barely on the outside of it. It'd probably be good.
Could I harvest it?
If you want to spend, depends on how much you want to go for it, but if you want to spend a few hours,
I will
preparing and
help
cutting, yeah.
So-
because I have that help action.
Hold on. So we need to check, because this is the guy that's supposed to be paying us. You guys
We're
missed
getting
this point. We need to get paid. We can't get paid if the guy is dead.
Oh, we take
We're gonna
every-
get paid?
Oh my god.
Can I check
promise
the
all of you
bushes
that
to
go
see
in.
if there's any, tied up dwarfs anywhere?
Give me a survival check. And any one of you can give me a survival or an insight
I was
or
trying
perception, your choice, as you're searching around.
I was
Oh,
trying
Come
to
on.
the horses.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to investigate the horses, see if there's anything left in the saddles or any idea what
So
anything.
the saddles seem to, those ones, you can see that they're open and they seem to be already looting. They are thoroughly scavenged. Even the lint has been pulled out of them. There doesn't seem to be of anything of importance other than the saddles themselves that could be useful or harvestable. But with everybody, as I always said,
I didn't do my roll because I didn't want to dogpile.
let me see the actual CC.
Around the area.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so everybody's getting it, I think. Yep. So all of you notice after not even much time. Zabuza, you don't really notice anything on the ground level, but as you start to go up in the air, maybe to get a fresh air, get a minute away, or whatever it is, you all start to notice these tracks that seem to head down south. And Zabuza, you notice at the same time that Darren kind of makes his way through the brush and notices this trail of blood that leads southeast, I think, from where you guys are facing. Yeah. 1 second to move it from the GM layer. Yeah. Exactly there. Token. There we go.
Oh.
Follow the red
Wait a minute.
road.
So can I?
Sick.
Can
Hold
Beacon?
on.
Go ahead.
I think someone's been attacked here.
God.
We
Beacon's
should
gonna
stay
slap his
on
head
Wait, what?
and then talk to the cat woman and say, "Hey, I need you to do a job." And he's gonna go.
I think she's onto something.
He's gonna say, "We need to hide our wagon and our oxes so that we don't get fined for having lost them, and we need to follow that track so we can find our boss. But we should hide the wagon."
She's gonna like squint and lean in a little bit and be like, I don't know this one.
Did she get hit in the head?
You might want to do that yourself.
She had the soup.
Oh yeah, there's soup!
You didn't understand how I think.
Oh my god.
I think the office, but the soup.
I'm hungry.
It's not even anything in it. It's just hot
Oh my
water.
God.
At this point.
Oh my
There's not
God.
even water in it anymore.
Forget
Yes.
the bloody trail, guys.
Soup's terrible. It's
Let's
just
focus.
water.
Let's focus.
You guys! Bad
Forget the
news.
fresh
Someone's
meat.
full of
Freaking
really bad
terrible.
soup.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call down the the one who
Portent.
got hit. Yeah, call down Mr. Flying Man and offer him a bean.
Did any of us take damage?
I don't think
The
so.
one who got stabbed did. Mr. Flying Man, he got a.
Oh yeah, the horses also took damage.
They sure did.
And the goblins took damage.
Okay.
And
So
the spider.
let's try to focus. Anyone?
Did anyone loot the spider thingy?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Nope.
I picked them up
I
and
wanna
shook
try
them
and loot it.
around and yelled at it, but I didn't really.
As you guys were looking over the bodies and, taking stock of everything that they had, you all noticed they seem to have a similar branding on them. And the branding on their neck is a big K. But what you see on Silky is a black spider that's been kind of burned into the back of its neck and tattooed and outlined.
that is in.
Well, this is interesting.
Can I investigate the web to try and find out anything about it? Like if it's more stickier than usual spider web or...
The web seems to be coming from this creature's face in some way. And that's probably why Darren picked up earlier that it had like a kind of clumpier nature to it, because this thing seems to have 3 appendages, or 3 phalanges, if you will, coming off of each hand. And then it has 4 arms separately. So it would spit these out and then work the webs in that way, and it kind of gave it a shorter and clumpier nature to it. The webs are not much stronger than that of a giant spider, although they do seem to have a strangely flammable property to them.
Is there any excess web around that I could potentially gather?
There is quite a bit all around the horses, and you all kind of roll really good here, especially Darren and Athena. You get a sense that the webs were planted by that silky creature, to almost allow it the foresight of when people are coming through, so it could sense through the webs the vibrations, and that seems to be the case with the horses as well. And it's set up in such a way that it would trip it and trigger its senses so that it would know that you were here. You can see like little bits of strands coming off of its fingers even still as it's dead. But yeah, there's quite a bit if you wanted to harvest it. Just give me a survival check if you would. Yeah, it's just a straight roll.
Are you gonna like rip its face off, or just ball up the stuff that's on the ground?
Speaking of that, am I allowed to, if I decapitate it, can I take its head and like get like limited like web still? Is that possible?
Like Medusa?
I wouldn't imagine you would be able to like, Peter Parker web sling it with it. I wouldn't imagine you'd be able to do anything like that. But if you wanted to harvest its head and then possibly, I don't know, reverse engineer it in the future or something, with those, I'll make you do checks for it, but it's possible. If you want to try to go down that route, you can. You just have to figure out how to do it before it spoils.
I have proficiency in so many tools, I could probably help with that.
It'd be interesting.
I have herbalism kit, and that's it.
Yeah, I'll decapitate it and take its head and a few of the excess string that's on the ground.
Yeah, if you guys want to, go ahead and give me another survival check if you want it, or the other person who's helping can give the survival check. However you guys want to do it, we'll take the better too.
Can I do a medicine check on the body to find like what's producing the web and take it back?
Yeah, if you want.
That's an 11.
Okay, so it's somewhere internal, and it looks like it's somewhere in the throat, but it's a little bit hard to discern just like without the proper tools, without opening it up and dissecting it a little bit, because it is a bit foreign, and it's strange that it's humanoid as well.
I'd also like to say for the record, we're over here and we're gonna hide the wagon.
That's what we're doing? I thought it was just goofing off.
So right now, technically, you guys are out of combat. There's nothing seems to be happening. But this is not considered heavy or strenuous activity, so this could be the start of a rest if you guys wanted it to be.
I am fine. I didn't spend anything on that fight.
Yeah, most of you guys did pretty daggone good.
One thing
I think
wanna-
Zabuza spent some spells.
and I will offer the 3 around me each 2 beans. These are good beans. Eat them if you get ouchies. I can't offer.
So would you say about 100 foot of web is okay?
Let me do a thing real quick, because there's not really. I mean, there's probably 100 foot altogether, but. What'd you roll for the survival by chance?
I wrote a 17 and then a 15 for the second.
17 and a 15. Okay, so I'd say you get about 50-ish feet of usable web that you could probably tie together and use for pretty much anything. Okay. Yeah, it seems pretty sturdy. It seems more sturdy than your average rope. So you could probably surmise that it would be like a higher escape DC if you used it for like restraining or anything like that. And it looks like it could probably carry a larger, if not something at even the weight of the caravan, with the full, thickness, weight, might of it. It looks pretty sturdy.
Good strain. Good job. I'm proud of you.
While
also
Athena's
feels-
hiding the cart,
Yeah,
can I be
what-
using my... Oh.
What is?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, say that again.
While Athena's hiding the cart, can I use my tinker tools to build some kind of, trap? Just in case somebody tries to get our stuff. Is there anybody else on the cart with us, or was it like just us?
It was just you guys, it seems. So there was a bunch of stuff on the cart, a wide variety of like general provisions, ale, and things of that nature. But there was nobody other than you guys. The only surprise was probably Jurgen sleeping in the back the entire time, I noticed.
Not give the cat girl boost.
I did want to add to your spider webs. They are about 4 times lighter than your average rope per length and strength.
Yep.
Not that I really keep track of weight or anything in the game, but they, like for RP or whatever you need for that, it's very, very light. So light that you almost feel like if you had the right gust, you could toss it in the wind and fully catch it.
And what would be the creature, like, what would I put for, like, the head of it?
If you're looking... If you guys are... I don't know if you guys have seen anything like this, but go ahead and give me, like, a history... Yeah, let's do a history for that.
History for what?
I fell
If you-
asleep in that class.
If you've ever seen anything like this kind of creature, or...
Oh, like the spider thing?
I got a 20.
Yes.
I have pretty good history, but where would I have heard this? I'll roll into set.
You could have picked it up in some kind of anatomy book. It could have been some,
Been around for 297 years.
You could have picked
Yo,
it up.
man, come on.
You could have picked it up in a dental's office.
Yeah, my dentist was talking about it. They just did a thing on, like they were just helping out this hero who got his teeth knocked out.
So,
This
Darren,
weird
this
thing.
thing is foreign to Darren for sure. It seems like a spider. It just doesn't act like one, which is weird. But to everybody else, faintly it's coming together. You all kind of think of it at the same time and in unison. You all think chitin or chitin, or I'm not sure the correct pronunciation of it, but it's like
Chitin.
Or chitin, yes, however you pronounce that. And I apologize if I'm butchering that, but you've heard of, rumors of this kind of creature, and it's a very crafty and usually subservient in race that doesn't come out of the dark or dark forest. They're usually the foretelling of something bigger that's governing them.
Yeah, we made fun of Kevin all the time because he got his teeth knocked out by one.
Well, certainly odd to see one so out.
Yeah, I noticed Zabuza took a hit, so I offer him beans.
Oh, thank you.
So here we are going to, as you guys kind of think about how you want to set up for resting or move forward with this trail, we're going to take a quick 5 or 10 minute break here. And
Okay.
you guys are more than welcome to continue RPing or whatever in this space or area. But those of you who need to take a quick bio, grab a drink or eat,
I'm just gonna set up traps.
you can do that as well. Go ahead
if
and
nobody
get...
wants, could I have the
Can I
horse
use my
saddles?
toolkit?
Yes, I will need a couple of toolkit rolls from you if that's what.
What stat? Since it wants a...
I don't remember what the artificers.
Their main stat's intelligence.
So it's probably intelligence then. So if that's wrong, then we'll collect it. But it's probably intelligence.
Yeah! I've never made a trap before in my life.
Yeah,
I think
these are
this is
coming
how
out.
you do it.
That's the thieves' tools too. So that's not your tinker.
It would literally be the same roll.
Oh well, then. Yeah.
I have proficiency with so many different tools.
Hey, that's
I think
gonna come in handy,
that's
man.
why it didn't work. I was trying to use thieves' tools. I got my kits mixed up.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you didn't have the right like chiseling part or whatever you needed.
Yeah, he just pulls out a lockpick.
All right, I'm gonna step away for just a second to go use the restroom. What?
Athena's
We'll
gonna
try to come back. We'll try to come back
at.
at 45.
Athena's gonna like watch him trying to make traps while I'm also failing at trying to make food.
Put your finger here. Just a second. Need it. I don't have 3 hands.
Is it okay if I have the saddles?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Gonna saunter back
No.
over to my pod.
That's Gundred's saddle. He's got his Signa
Well, he's probably
right
dead.
there.
We should put him on the cows and see if we could ride the cow. I don't figure many of us can ride the cows, so we could put them on the cows and then hook the cows up to the wagon so everybody can ride.
You know, you have a point.
I've got my seatbelt. I'm fine.
I'm too lazy for walking. I fly.
I don't want
Just
to
gonna
fly.
start
Doesn't
trying to
flapping
make
your
this
wings
move again.
just exert you just as much as using your arm?
I'll repeat that one more time. It kind of like was fuzzy.
Doesn't flapping your wings essentially equate to flapping your arms?
No.
If you had bird arms, maybe. Those
Yes.
bagpipes, yes.
Aren't wings just bird arms?
So does he have 4 arms?
No, I have 2
I have
arms
2 arms.
and 2 wings. I'm not a peasant.
No,
I am a holy descendant.
I think the word looking for is pheasant. Slightly different. Could be.
You're holy? Oh man. Are there bandages? I
Yeah,
don't-
there's holes
I
in
don't
there.
know
How do you
about
stand up in the
medicine.
air? Or is that how it works? You need holes.
That makes him more aromatic, I think.
If
Very
they
true. If you
know.
grab a tabaxi by the tail, they get sick.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna try it.
Oh god. I don't know. Her punches are pretty lethal. I might stay away from that one.
Somebody
You're gonna do
is
what to my tail?
Hey, what's that? I'm gonna point behind you. Does it work?
My tail?
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna point behind you and then see if you turn around.
Oh, yeah, she'll most definitely turn around.
Yeah, then I try to grab your tail.
Would that be like a dex? Yeah,
Oh no, I
Give-
think
give
it would
me
be
a-
a grapple check. His strength
we're doing a
versus
grapple
your
check.
dex.
I think that's athletics or acrobatics.
I think it would be
I will pick
athletic for the
acrobatics.
grabber,
Okay.
and athletics or acrobatics to avoid it.
Okay,
That's what I think. Off the top
I
of my
think
head.
you have to do a strength.
Oh, that would just be one more, so that would be an
Grab it.
8.
Wait, it'd be your athletics versus my.
Yeah, if it was an athletics roll, then it would be an 8. I'm not gonna re-roll. Just
Okay.
because I clicked the wrong button.
You trust
Yeah,
You
I'm
just did
just
like a
jumping
full
through the air
cartwheel
trying to get
over.
it. You're way too tall.
I'm just gonna.
Wait, how tall is your character?
She's probably like 5'6".
Oh, I'm 4. I'm 4'5".
I think we're going until midnight.
We're
Oh.
going until 7 a.m. in the morning.
Even more. My fiance wants me to watch Harry Potter with her after this, so the longer, the better. Because I hate it.
Yes, understandable.
Yeah.
She
Which
wants to
one
have a
y'all
Harry
want?
Potter wedding, and I'm like, no. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Please tell me she's taking the quiz. What house is she?
You know she's taking the quiz if she's
Oh yeah.
wants to have a wedding.
I'm gonna guess like Ravenclaw.
Actually, I think that's her favorite.
Hmm.
I was gonna guess she's like, I'm a Hufflepuff. That's the.
She hates fucking Hufflepuff.
I'm Slytherin.
Hey, I have a Slytherin sketchbook. It's great.
I'm a Muggle. Oh wait, I can't say that word.
Hey, you're gonna get canceled on magictwitter.com.
I always hate the way that fucking encounter is written.
That's enough. He's already been.
You can't like jump on.
I don't
Wanna,
like
like,
Jake Rowling as a person.
Slowly and stealthily just like fly above your head and try and like rub your ear to see what a Tabaxi's ear feels like.
Yeah, she won't care. She accepts all the pets. But now we're friends.
I feel like everybody's just Athena's friend.
Mhm.
Even the goblins.
Yeah, she can't believe you guys just came in and kicked everybody's asses like that. Like, you didn't even talk to them. What if they were just asking for directions? Like, clearly there's some kind of killer on the loose, and you just come in and jump all those poor goblins, and they didn't even know what was going on. By the time I got up there, the only thing I could do is hand off my carrot, and then there was a dance, and you guys should have been there. It was really crazy.
Wait, since you're a Tabaxi, you like fish, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use some of this string and I'm gonna try and with I forgot who the artificer is, but I'm gonna make you a good fishing pole so you can catch you fish.
I just romp around in the water.
Just punch the water.
Yeah.
Cat that likes water. A cat that likes water. That. Wait, you punched the. From the punch, you were like a 20 earlier on your punch. You're sending shockwaves through the water.
Yeah. My dad lived on a boat.
Do you like? Oh,
Wait,
no,
was your dad the Tabaxi or the elf?
Oh, my dad is a wood elf, and he just likes ladies that are like cats. I don't know who my mom is.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
At least you know who a parent is.
Yeah. I have me and I have my brother. But my brother lives on a boat.
Yeah, I live back in the city. I have a nice little inn. Stop by.
Don't
and
have a
see
home.
mine. Well,
Our dad's wearing a pine overcoat.
Wouldn't that
Like
be
a
heavy?
box. It's like a box, because he's in the ground.
Oh,
He's
he
dead.
probably needs it so he can swim there.
He's dead.
Oh man, was the box not strong enough?
I was trying to do a joke.
Oh,
I was
that's
trying-
a good one.
Yeah. I don't know why I was joking about that. I'm gonna work my traps some more.
I'm gonna go over to help you.
Oh,
Just put one hand on your shoulder.
What is your in again? Is honey? Honey? Okay.
That was a joke.
It sure was. Anyway, I'm Darren. Darren Hammerdown.
I'm Jurgen. Our names end the same way. Kind of.
Yeah. Old Pop was he was good with the forge. But I wanted to be a cook. So I did.
What is it,
He
Bubba? Come
supported-
here.
He supported me. He put me through college. Now
Say
I'm
computer.
Wait, y'all had families?
Yes.
I have 3 kids.
I have a wife and 2 kids back in Neverwinter.
I used to have a sister.
Is mommy being mean?
I don't have a wife or kids.
You're gay?
You'll find the one eventually.
I'm pretty happy all the time.
Yes, but if you have a partner, you'll be happier.
Then I'll just get like 5
I
of them.
disagree with that.
I mean,
I've tried having families.
Aaron ruined
People
me.
take me away.
polygamy
The
exists.
woods make the woods are making strange sounds on this night.
Yeah, it's best if you
Very
ignore
strange.
them.
But not the strangest I've heard.
What's the strangest you've heard? Do it right now.
I can't really replicate it, but 2 badgers in a burlap pack with a gnome running for his life.
Well, one time.
Wait.
What are we waiting
I don't
on?
know.
Well, one time there was outside of the inn there was 2 cats getting it on, and that was disturbing.
They were fighting or dancing right there in the street?
You could call
What a
it
wasteland.
dance. You could call it a dance, I guess.
Well, I hope they do good in their show.
They have kids now. I feed them regularly.
Well, that's nice.
The streets are nice there.
I live outside. Because I don't want to live on a boat.
But boats are outside.
Exactly, so why would I live on a boat if I could just live outside and not be in the water?
Indeed.
Apologize.
Yeah,
for
plus
the
it's hard to find a place to live, so if you live outside, you always have a place to live.
I mean, you know what they say, home is where the heart is. And whatnot.
What's a heart?
It's part of
kinda-
the horse that you
Yeah, I
make into stew.
Yeah, I just walk over to the horse and extract
Wait,
its
which
heart.
part are you talking about?
Speaking of stew, I'm afraid someone stole our stew. And now I'm
Yeah.
pretty
I have
upset
plenty
about
of
it.
those.
Yeah.
You have toast?
3 hours. 4 hours.
Yeah, we're trying for 4
Wait a
hours. If everybody try to take a break in the middle and then continue on. If everybody wants to continue. If not, we could take a stopping point here if that's what everybody wants to do.
I vote to keep
I
going.
want to keep going.
I'm back.
I want to keep going.
Sounds like we're going to continue on.
Yeah.
Then the next thing we'll need is the order of the rest and evening patrols if you guys are setting up any kind of watches or anything like that. Throughout
Follow
We're
that
not
blood
gonna
trail.
just go after the blood trail immediately, or
I
You
think we should
can.
go after.
You absolutely can.
Yeah, I think we should go after the blood trail. After
Sounds
the
good to
wagon
me.
is all hidden and whatnot.
yeah, it seems like a. I don't know if Jurgen would be. He's actually pretty smart. It's like a time thing. Like the longer we wait, the worse it's gonna be when we get there.
Do remember that the sun is actively setting down within the next hour, probably the next 45 to 30 minutes or so, since we had some time for you guys to tinker and stuff in there.
Oh,
The
how
sun
long
will
does
be
that
set.
resistance spell last?
It's only a minute. It's been
Okay,
gone.
yes, I apologize.
But it's a cantrip, so it's a cantrip with concentration, so I just keep it up always.
I mean, yeah, technically you could.
Guys,
Who do you think needs the most help?
Mentally, me.
I could do saving throws or actions with guidance or resistance.
I need guidance. I'm a fallen.
I'm gonna, and when we're regrouped, I'm going to go over to the one who can fly and gonna give him guidance and tell him to keep a tell him to
Did I
keep
pick it?
a good lookout. Add the number to an ability check. And
While we were taking that little mini break, could I have like sized up everybody and like, what's everybody's AC? Just like what's the
12.
18.
Mine is 16.
Oh yeah.
gonna suggest that the person with 18 like walk in front.
Oh yeah, that's of course.
I'm
can
also
go.
a 16.
Not a bad suggestion.
Wait, what about XP? We killed what, 4 things?
Are we
Uh,
doing milestones or?
It depends. How do you guys want to do it? Because I can do it either way.
I prefer milestones.
I
I-
prefer milestone as well because it is a bit more balanced, especially with 5e. But I can do it as EXP. If you guys start grinding townsfolk, though, I'm gonna jump their challenge ratings up. But
Yeah.
if that's how you guys want to do it, and that's where the majority is, what that's how.
Milestone feels more natural for
Five-
adventuring, because then it's just like, oh, you just did something neat.
I've actually never did that. I
especially
would like to
whenever
try
you're
that.
dealing with a party of like 6 or more people. We're currently running a party of 7.
Did I
Or
just get a
seven.
Skype invite? So was there just a Skype invite that just came through?
Was there a what is it?
A Skype invite? Is that from this
Uh,
group?
No,
No.
not from me.
Alright.
It shouldn't have been.
Also,
You mean Skype, not Discord, right?
I'm in Discord.
Yeah, even still, I haven't sent anything like that out, so it
Right.
shouldn't have been.
yeah, and I would. Oh, before I forget, I will distribute 2 beans for everybody except for Jurgen. I gave him 1 earlier, so you can eat those if you get hurt. Give them to somebody else.
If you give me anything to eat, he's just going to instantly put it in his mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what Athena would do too. She'd be like actively like, oh, slowly take the bean out of her mouth and stick it in her shirt.
That's gross.
Well, everybody has 2 beans, and I give you the explicit direction. If you get hurt, you can eat those to feel better.
Oh, my toe! Oh, I'm so hurt.
It also
Help
provides,
me!
it provides
dying.
sustenance for a whole day. It'll sustain you for a whole day with that 1 bean. It's great.
I'm dying.
I'll give you one of my beans. It's a little slobbery.
And it's also crunchy. Anyway, let's.
So what are you guys doing with the cart and the oxen up here? So I'm putting them back together.
They're hidden.
I did a very bad job of trapping it.
I had
Fire.
a
Where'd you guys hide it? Give me a ping where you guys wanted to stash this cart.
I rolled a 19 on trying to hide it in survival.
Okay, so we got a 19,
Uh,
and then it's trapped.
This little
With a
alcove
6.
seems knife, and we can foliage it up.
yeah, could we like tuck it in like right here or something?
I was thinking.
Or actually, that's pretty close to the blood.
So the
And the
foliage is
fire.
considered difficult terrain for anything that's traveling through it. So at least this thicker stuff is.
We'll just back them in like here-ish.
Yeah, that's
Would
fine.
I be able to
Height.
use my scythe since I have like a 4-inch blade and trying to cut some foliage?
If you want to spend a little bit of time to do it, then you
I'm
could
too
probably
lazy
do
for
that. Okay. We got it tucked over here, and it's hidden decently, it seems. Take note of these DCs here. And it's not trapped fantastically, but it does seem to be armed a little bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell this oxen before we leave that he's in charge
Okay.
and to protect the wagon.
Are you leaving them hitched to the wagon, or are you letting them roam free?
I think they unhitched themselves, so I don't know if it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did unhitch themselves earlier, so if they wanted to leave, I guess they could.
They've already unhitched themselves.
These oxen are weird. I like them.
I imagine he just pulls out a book and some reading glasses.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. You're leaving again? Toodaloo.
Oh no, it's storming. I hope I don't die. Okay, let's head out.
I
Just
think Darren gave them too many beans.
I didn't give the
Too many
town
beans.
any beans.
The wrong bean.
I did find some weird mushrooms in there. Is this our order? And then flying man flying?
Yeah, let me get your order that you're coming through so I can copy and bring you over to the next page. Oh, did you want to stash it here? Is that what you were saying? Or were you looking about?
I'm just waiting to move on.
Here we got Fortin and Zabuza. They're kind of lingering behind.
I assume Zabuza has like a flying speed of 1,000,000.
Sorry, I was playing with the kitten. I got distracted.
His flying speed is the same as his movement speed.
I didn't know how to change that, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just leave it the same.
That's what it is. It's what your movement is, because you made that agreement to have it permanent. They look very tattered, and those of you who have actually taken stock of Zabuza's wings, especially when he's flying with them, he seems to lose feathers rather frequently. Although they never hit the ground, they seem to disappear.
We made jokes about him having holes in his wings. Did he actually have holes in his wings?
Oh, now I feel like an asshole.
There's something about them that definitely seem abnormal. If any of you have ever met Asimar and Asimar, or however you pronounce it.
Apparently I
thought it was a bird.
don't like them.
Typically they don't have such traits, such prominent traits. But these seem a bit off. Can't quite put your finger on it. Maybe it's the glittering feathers or the fact that they're always there. Who knows?
Can I
So
do a
wait,
religion
that-
check?
If you'd like.
Oh, I've met a few.
I'm just gonna slowly come down to the ground and start walking with you guys.
You're walking.
Oh, Mr. Ahola High and Mighty decided to join us down below.
So we got a religion check from Jurgen. Anybody else want to maybe inspect
And
these
just while it was up in the air.
I just want to incite him directly. Whoa, that's not working.
I think if I had wings, I'd be flying.
Yeah, but it might be like the same thing as walking. Like after you walk a while, your feet starts to hurt. So,
Maybe it's because he's following your instructions with the beans.
So Zabuza, if you want, you can explain to your best knowledge your wings and how they came to be through whatever bargaining.
You don't have
I
to.
would like keep the dark side of my past in for now.
And as he
There's something
says,
messed up. Okay.
as he says something with the dark side, Jurgen, you notice this kind of aura around the wings, especially. They almost brim out as if a second pair comes from underneath that is even bigger than this. It looks like it could hold him aloft forever. And they're perfect wings. There's not a single frayed feather within them. But it's only for a moment, and they seem to dissipate in translucency. It's just a fragment of a second. Right as he's saying dark side, it's almost as if it's posing or mocking that statement.
Perfect.
I pull off my goggles, rub them a little bit. I'm getting old.
Beacon's gonna go, yeah, whatever. Do you guys made him money? The guy that hired us is ahead.
Yeah,
I want to get paid.
I mean, I have a steady.
Oh yeah, I'm related to him. Oh, okay, yeah. I should probably.
I'm content. Let's move on.
Can we smash cut to the?
So, yeah, I just need to get your guys' marching order here,
That'd be kind of funny.
and copy it without the blood trail, so I apologize for moving this real quick.
Oh,
Look,
Alright, this is the order we're going in.
Yeah, seems fine to
3,
me.
4, 5, missing some.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
I can also just drag my token back on.
Yeah, I just need to copy it for the page because I didn't know what the order was going to be when you guys got past here. So, copy. Gotta get back. Samurai Jack. All right. Oh, we already have you here. That's strange. Okay. So you guys continue on that path through the thick brush. It goes about 45 minutes. The sun is set. It begins to get dark. If any of you do not have dark vision, it begins to get very difficult to see. You're holding on to your friends for guidance through the open way. You can hear running water nearby, a light trickle of some kind of body of water that's moving. It doesn't sound large, but it sounds like it has a decent speed to it. You make your way out of the enclosure forested area and out into some kind of opening against the mountainous wall. And your blood trail has led you here. The smell of blood has increased, and you seem to have increased pace as well. You hear this kind of whining, yipping sound, almost echoing off of some kind of wall in the direction you're heading, like a and then this sound distantly, along with a multitude of goblinoid voices. They sound very, very distant and hard to make out. You're approaching, and it is definitely nighttime. Oh,
It sure is dark.
I put you
I
guys
can
in
lead the way.
Wrong map.
You guys.
Good, can't see you.
I have dark vision also.
I have dumb human eyes.
It's okay.
You
I'll
want a
just
little
stand-
flashlight?
Okay, I
No.
thought Darren.
Flashlight.
I thought
Yeah,
Darren.
you just you just do that and like grab out some tools and like smash them.
So
gears
Darren,
and
you're
stuff together.
default. You can see out to 10 feet, and then you start to like dim at 5 feet. So you can see really good at 5 feet, but about 10 feet out, it starts to dim. Everybody else, you have whatever your dark vision settings are already in there, ready to go. It should be. If it isn't, let me know, and I'll set it up for you.
I think I'm good.
I was gonna ask him, do you think it's a good idea to light a torch?
I don't think so.
Understandable. I will not light this torch.
I will.
I'm gonna use magical tinkering to make a little thing. It's not gonna be anywhere near as nice as a torch, but
But
just
it's
make you a little. It's the top
Ooh.
option.
Yeah, make it shiny rock.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of already. Yes,
Don't.
I didn't
Oh.
turn it on. You just gotta click it like this, and then turn it on. Oh yeah, oops. There you go.
No,
And then I hand it over to Darren.
appreciate.
It looks like a little Pokeball, kind of.
I'm just gonna click the button, click it again, click the button, click it again, turn it on and off over and over.
God.
Jurgen's just beaming because it's working perfectly.
Gonna press it
Athena's
faster
pretty
and
excited
faster.
about it. She's gonna try to paw at it.
My God.
Gonna hold it up in the air so she can't reach it.
Do you want to slide a hand? Or not? Or a check?
Okay, so right as you guys get in here, I'll need a perception check from everybody, and you can continue that sleight of hand or whatever you were doing there.
My perception's bad.
My fucking laptop froze.
Okay, Jurgen, you immediately notice
Why am I rolling so good?
a snare trap off in the distance, like almost right where you're standing when you approach up here.
So that's how you're supposed to make them.
The cat now has the tiny flashlight. No, it's worse. It's a 0. So I just drop it.
I didn't. And I put it in my pocket.
I can make another one, but
Eh.
I give it back. So, I rolled 23 on perception.
I can roll like this with disadvantage. They're both ends.
and I use my tools to disarm it.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
Which one? Tinker, Thieves?
Yeah, I think the thieves tools would probably be more appropriate here. So, yeah, Darren, you notice it as well, I believe. Actually, it's a DC 12. My apologies. Darren does not see it. Beacon doesn't see it. So none of you guys see what Jurgen is working on up here, but he seems to stop ahead of everybody. And he bends down and he starts working on something. And Jurgen, the way you're able to take it out is perfectly. You can easily set it down, probably even in the midst of combat, at action speed. Rather quickly, just plant it wherever you're standing. Take up probably a little bit of space, but it's about the size of us, like
Should I
a
call
small
this in my
saucer.
inventory? A trap?
Yeah, I would just say a small portable trap,
yes.
and it's a snare trap, so it'll restrain them in wherever they are. So.
Look at this crap. Look at it.
You just kind of you'll just set it down and you'll just stamp on this iron spike that comes with it.
Oh,
And,
jeez.
Yeah, you just do it all in one moment. You drop it, stamp on it, and that locks it in place. And then when somebody gets near it, it's just like a lasso around their foot.
Look at this. This is amateur. It's garbage. I think I'll keep it. I mean, now I kind of know what I was doing wrong with the traps back at the wagon. But, I mean, this is it's basic, right?
Yeah.
Right? My stuff's better?
I'm not really well versed in traps, so.
Okay.
I like how Beacon is the only one who's actually on task.
Me too.
I'm gonna continue ahead.
I mean, I can't even do shit at the moment.
He does have the highest
want me
AC,
to
so it's
leave?
okay.
And
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's Darren.
Oh, he does. Okay.
See, you say stealth. I just kind of shake and you hear clang, 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 clang.
I'll try to be sneaky.
No, it's not clang. It's more. No reason not to try. I think that's gonna be it. Nope.
Oh dear. Jeez.
Does scale mail give you disadvantage?
I don't think scale mail does, but chain mail definitely does.
Okay.
I'd have to check. I don't know.
Wait, why do I have...
Scale mail.
Oh, I guess it does have disadvantage because it rolled it twice. Wait, no, I'm not in heavy armor.
Scale mail is armor consists of coat, leather covered over leather.
Either way, that's an 8.
So, this is a pivotal moment. So they definitely hear Darren. And from Darren's angle, you can obviously see two goblinoid forms peeking out from behind the brush along the mountainside here.
Like
let me get
humanized? That's great.
Can I like wave at them and be like, "Hi"?
You can see, especially this far one. It's just barely peeking at Darren, looking very, very scared. I like this style. Where is it?
We have
I
that
don't
web
get-
stuff still.
This one is what they're gonna do, if they're gonna run, be smart, or if they're just gonna go crazy and attack. And it looks like they're getting an interesting one. It was so they're watching Darren and they think stealthy, but they are easily seen by Darren. Everybody else will have to make a perception if you see them.
You want us to do that now?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So even if we could see them on the map, we still have to make that check.
Now, if they can, from your angle, you can't quite make out what everybody's looking at. But I would imagine you could see this far one quite easily. You can't quite see this one, but you can see this one. Or at least a silhouette. So you know they're looking at something, you just don't quite know it's a goblin.
If I can see them clearly, I'm just gonna wave at them.
So and once they notice that they're being watched, one of them screeches loudly and begins to run. If you guys wish to pursue, we're going to go to initiative orders.
Initiative order?
Yeah, we're going to
Got it.
I'm so scared.
roll for initiative. I think we'll continue where we
It's a
were.
weird sounding bird.
With Beacon at the top, and then going to Zabuza and Athena, if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, it's great.
Fine.
I thought we were
I
rolling.
have two Zabuzas.
You want us
That's
to
a
roll
and I'm
regardless?
surprised.
Oop.
Are we re-rolling?
We're going to keep the current,
Okay.
what we had before, so that because we left off with Beacon, I believe it was on his second turn. You guys, you wiped the floor with those first guys pretty easily. These ones, they look rather terrified presently. So if we're continuing where we are, Beacon, let me get a roll for these two fellas real quick. See where they are. He'll be right behind you. None of them beating you. And then Jurgen, I got you at 22. So both of them will be the same. Keep it 22. Stay in front of that goblin. So, sorry about that. Yeah, there's only two gobos right here currently. The one lets out a shriek, but it's not quite that. What was I? Yeah, Beacon. Yeah, you're at the top. Nope, none of them beat you, so you have your action, movement, and a bonus action. You can presently see both of these goblins clear as day from afar. Yeah, your angle's pretty good. The other, yeah.
Crap. Think. Ugh.
There is one gobbo going right after you. The one that's probably got the most cover from most of you guys.
So-
Go ahead.
You're saying one is streaked and ran?
One is, what is it?
You said one let out a shriek and ran?
No, it let out a shriek and turned to run. So it looks like it's gonna run behind it, but it hasn't moved from its present position.
Oh no. Oh, it's gone forever.
The one against the canyon wall right here is facing towards the light waterfall where the water gets a little bit faster up here in that bit of opening. But it hasn't.
I had the same exact idea.
I'm gonna call sleep. I'm gonna move towards the opening, and
As you move, Beacon, give me this doesn't cost you anything, a perception check.
okay.
Yes, perception, sorry. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Let me scroll down. Perception. Not proficient. Ooh.
Nice. 20, beautiful. So, you notice your feet brush across some leaves as you're making your way through here, and you notice a pitfall. And you're able to avoid it easily, and it won't cost you any movement or anything. But there was the pitfall that you could have easily fallen into, so you're able to navigate, circumvent that, and make your way up there unhindered. So, very nicely done. And then asleep, that I believe would hit both of them. Seeing if there's a save or anything. No, okay.
And I am going to bonus action inspire that guy that chopped the head off of whatever.
It's the blue dwarf.
The big
man?
dumb dwarf.
Is it the big dumb dwarf?
Yeah.
All right. The sleepy guy?
Yeah, the guy who was sleeping in the wagon.
All right.
I got inspiration.
Yeah, D6.
Of the bardic variety.
So who's got Bardic for inspiration?
Yeah.
Durgan.
Mr. Dwarf
Jurgen does.
Man.
Okay. Bardic inspiration. Dun, 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 dun.
Does a 20 perception give me any idea what's up the river?
From your perspective, you can hear something. It kind of sounds like a weird scuffling across like a flat, hard stone-like surface, and then you hear like padded, clawed feet that seem to be wrestling in this kind of labored breathing sound, and then you hear a barking and a growling that sounds like it's against the wall, and it's just like growling. But the other sounds like something struggling against something else. From your angle, you can't actually see. I would say as your turn passes there, Beacon. Give me 1 second, because I got you would see, as you were making your way up there, a goblin pass by a bridge deep in these things. And it doesn't seem to notice what's going on.
Right.
Alright. So your sleep takes effect. If you would please describe how your magic looks as it takes hold on these two goblins, because it's going to stop the one in its track, and the other one thought it was well hidden, but then it notices you in the last second, right before the sleep grabs it.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him and wave and just put my hands together and rest my head on my hands. 8, 9, 99. That's it.
Nice. So you guys would see as wanted to be on everybody here for the audience at least. Alright. So Beacon, yeah, as you clasp your hands, a light kind of glittery shimmer, almost like dust, seems to fall over the goblins. We're in between, just over their heads for a moment, and their eyes droopily seem to flutter close, and they stop in tracks for a moment, and they're almost standing there as if they're sleeping standing, and then slowly their bodies seem to slump into the brush.
Are we sleeping here? I thought we were here to...
Go fighting blood. Very cool. Anyway, we have a dwarf man to save. Let's go save him.
Yeah, and our soup.
No,
They took our soup? Is that why it tasted so bad? It was just warm water.
Yeah, they took it.
I'm just
I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them.
I'm just gonna look around. Anything in the soup yet?
Oh wait, we were sneaking.
Apparently not. Shake, 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 shake.
No, I think I'm really good at this.
Me too.
Adventuring is fun.
It sure is.
Pretty much so.
Next.
Who's next on the initiative?
Beacon, from your angle as your turn's ending, is taking effect and everybody's talking. Zabuza, you're up next, by the way. The goblins' turns will get skid because they're asleep. You see, right as this thing's coming in, a feel or a dog-like canine creature in all black fur come whipping around, its tail kind of smacking against the back of the canyon wall on the inside of this cave area. You see one of those spider-like creatures jump off the wall and get down on all six and kind of chitter in the direction of the wolf, and it growls. You now know what was making those strange sounds within. And then the chitin-like creature pulls out a dagger from its hip. And you're now recognizing like the weird clothing that they wear, tattered and hanging down, almost primitive-like. And the dagger glints in the small little bit of what's the word, bioluminescent light from within, I guess, from one of the mushrooms. And it takes a swipe at the wolf. And it is a 19, so it hits 2. So the wolf howls in response to the dagger as it pierces its hide. How's that in there?
Can we talk as a free action?
If you, as long as it's not like overly lengthy, yeah, it's all right, because these are kind of like each turn is 6 seconds. So D&D is kind of weird as far as time goes, but yeah, theoretically, yeah.
I'm assuming that sound would have drawn. Like, do I need a perception to see them, or?
No, everybody can kind of hear the sound, but from where you are, it's just based on your length, your angle. So
Okay, then
give me
Athena,
one second.
she's just gonna be like, mean!
You can see the spider thing, Athena, but you can't see what it's attacking from where you are. Beacon can see the entire thing. Darren, you can see most of the canine-like creature and most of the arachnid-like thing. You're getting small little bits cut off, but not much. Zabriza, you can see the wolf thing pretty clearly, but not the spider-like thing at all as it makes its attack. And it's you can see a little bit of both as well. Fortune, Jurgen, you can see the spider guy very well, and a little bit of the wolf as it's getting struck near its face with the piercing weapon.
We gotta help that spider kill the dog, right?
Mean.
Yeah.
Not gonna like this.
Zabuza, it is your go while you guys are continuing your RP.
I would I would like to dash forward to the dog and swing my scythe.
That was a joke.
The brain there is for the concentration beacon, by the way.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you gotta
Or sleep.
concentrate on sleep.
I have to do a concept.
It doesn't actually say it is concentration. Actually.
Sorry, what do I have to do?
Yeah, it actually does just say duration, so...
Also, don't you only take concentration checks when you're hit or something?
Yeah, when you take
Yeah, when you're if you're
either-
concentrating on something or that's
Did I
something
take-
that's
Did I
appropriate.
take
So,
damage?
no, Beacon. I was just putting that on there because I thought that
Oh.
sleep was a con thing, and it doesn't look like it is, so that was my mistake. Ignore that. Sleep does not look like it's concentration. It just
Wait, are you
lasts
attacking-
for 1 minute.
Are you attacking the wolf or the spider?
I can't really see the spider, I can only see the wolf. So I want to dash forward and swing my scythe at the wolf's stomach.
I was trying to say that everybody that the wolves are being attacked, but that's alright.
I guess they're being attacked by us too. Yeah, adventure is fun.
So Zabuza, you have your movement bonus and action. What would you like to do? You're behind the beacon. You can see most of the spider-like creature and most of the wolf, but not quite as well as beacon can.
I'd like to dash over to that wolf and hopefully kill steal it, if I'm able.
In your current position,
yeah, you can make it.
because you can fly, yeah, you could dash and probably get easily within. It'd be about a tight squeeze over beacon and get in that weird area. But yeah, you could probably zoom in there if you went almost horizontal and just get right there. Yeah, you would land next to the spider-like creature that is engaged with the wolf. As you come in here, there's no perception required for this. Just give me 1 second. Stupid control. Oh, there. You come in there and you see another wolf cowering in the corner, licking a wound next to a very, very dead wolf that's been like completely gutted and insides and entrails just splayed everywhere. Excuse me. Go ahead.
I was just saying, oh no, poor puppy.
So that 15. A second. I believe, yep, that is definitely a hit. Does 12 slashing. Hot dog, lick it up. That is a killing blow. How do you want it to go?
Just reach back with my left hand and slice the dog right through the stomach.
It does like a little twirl behind the back flare and just comes down, and then it slowly slides down. It's like, and the dog's kind of looking up to you, looking up, cowering, as if you're gonna go at it next.
What the?
It's gonna be quick at least. Oh,
You killed the wrong one. I
the
think.
spider.
That's your action and your movement, or most of it at least. I think you
He-
still have 5
He went
feet.
for the wolf. He didn't kill the spider.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
That is still a hit and a kill. So the spider, I apologize, I completely misinterpreted that. So the wolf was cut down, and the spider is looking at you like, oh damn.
Man, I was gonna eat.
Are you gonna give him a high five?
It nearly drops its dagger looking at you. Okay,
Athena's
yeah.
gonna point. Be like, mean bird.
Oh. I don't know, if I had a bonus action, I'd still use it.
From your angle, actually, Athena, you actually couldn't see, especially with Zabuza
Oh.
blocking attacking it. You know that there was a wolf-like creature there, and you knew Zabuza struck down. You could probably put two and two together, but you didn't actually see the killing blow.
So she's probably gonna get in that cave eventually.
You got anything for us at a bonus action, or do you want to move 5 feet?
No, thank you.
Alrighty. Then we go to Athena with Darren on deck in Fort and Anchor. Yeah, Athena, you saw him strike down at something. You could probably put two and two together. But you know he is next to that spider thing now, and it is within striking range.
I'm gonna barrel my way up. I don't know if I can get in or not, though.
You can't be in the same space like that. You could probably, you can move past him. He can move out of your way, so you can do that. But that's a tight spot, so I'm gonna need a. It's not gonna cost you anything. As far as
Acrobatic?
Yeah, let's do acrobatics. That'll be good.
I'm just gonna try to climb over him.
So as you're doing that, you actually slip, and your foot slides into the water next to the thing, and you're going there, by the way.
Yeah. Or that was the plan.
Yeah, this thing's going to use its reaction to take an attack of opportunity to attack you.
Okay.
So you slip and fall. Your foot slides into the water. Zabuza is kind of like just steps out of the way, and this thing sees the moment and seizes the opportunity to reach in and try to pierce you with this dagger. Let's get his character sheet to do what I needed to. That would be
The natural one.
So there, you have an opportunity here, Athena. You can use your reaction and either disarm it, kick the dagger away, something. You have an opportunity to do something with this to turn the tide.
Yeah, I want to try to whip its dagger away with my tail.
All right. So give me either a dex save, or not a dex save. Sorry, a sleight of hand, an acrobatics would work good here.
Sleight of tail.
There we go. 22. Beautiful. So as you slip, you fall, you make your way up. It tries to stab at you, but you do a little bit of a pirouette twirl in the air. Your tail coming out at the last moment, at the apex of the spin, snapping its dagger clean out of its hand. It bounces off of the canyon wall, and a resounding ping, ping, ping seems to ring through. But you hear a bloop, flash as its dagger lies in the distance, and it's now looking the other way in incredulous surprise. So it will no longer be able to use that attack.
I can assess the situation from here.
Yes, from there you can see the damaged wolf. It definitely looks very dead. And the injured one is kind of licking at its paw, whining in the corner. It looks like it's been attacked in the back end, some kind of claw marks or something. And then its front end has been severely mauled as well, so much so that the exposed bone and ligament are revealed in its front paw.
I can't walk any further. I can't really move because that's all my movement. So I'm just going to look at that, and I'm going to get really upset and just be like, mean, and go for some paw smacks. Just like a whap on the top of the head on the spider.
Oh, okay. Using your action. For an unarmed 14, that is its AC. That's a hit. 6. Nice. I believe you can also use your bonus action for a unarmed strike as well.
When do monks get flurry of blows?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's second level that they get key and flurry of blows, I believe. But I believe with
Yeah, it's like
martial
second,
arts,
third level.
Yeah, innately have they can use a bonus action to hit again.
yeah, I knew there was something like that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So if you'd like,
Wait,
you
what?
can use your bonus action to make another one.
Yeah, rip his heart out or something.
I'm gonna
First
go
one
for
definitely
another
hurt.
whap. I
Boop
don't
its
know why
nose.
that was twice.
That is okay. We'll take the first one, and it is a hit.
Yeah, another head whap.
And another 6. So that is another killing blow. So the first one, you see it's beginning to go unconscious. You seem to have broken something in its head or wherever you struck it, and it's leering around on the edge of unconsciousness. And your second strike, you know it coming in. Wherever you strike it, it's not going to live through it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and describe that for it.
Not really a think thing. It's one of those things where, like, you see an aggravated cat and it's just like one of those double tap whap whap. Like, you see when they're like trying to paw at each other through like gaps or anything. Just like a
All right,
double
so
tap.
it's like 2 little quick, but the wind of them seems to burst around it as it strikes into this small little creature with such a force that it shatters multiple pieces of its face as they cave in. Zabuza, as you're witnessing it, the movements don't seem to match up with the amount of power it delivered, but nonetheless, got the job done, and the creature is no more. You are now only faced
Just one scary kitty.
with the wolf-like creature backed in the corner.
We have to help it, poor thing.
And we go to Darren's turn
Aaron's gonna move.
with Orton and then Jurgen.
Those guys seem handled, so gonna mosey right on in. That's 30.
So be careful about the goblin on the bridge,
There.
or just go right through
There's a goblin.
on the bridge.
I can't.
Tried to warn you.
I
There's a
see-
what? Where?
Yeah.
I don't see anything even as I was walking past, but I see that wolf over there. They're probably invading their space, so I'm just gonna sit here since I can't see anything.
So as you're making your way through there, Darren, I'm gonna need a acrobatics check from you, or
Acrobatics?
athletics. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Yes. 19.
Nice. So the floor, walking through the river, it's not so much so that you can't walk through it. You've walked through these kind of currents many times in your lives, and it only comes up to just below your knee. But the floor below is a little bit mossy, especially as you make your way in here where the sun doesn't touch very often. It's a little bit slippery, but you're able to maintain your grip easily with the help of the canyon wall occasionally as you make your way through unhindered.
Yeah. And just to be safe, I'm gonna use my action to give the cat guidance.
Ooh.
For the next 10 rounds, add a d4 to an ability check. And that's it. I am nothing else I can do.
When we go to 14 with Jurgen Stone Taker on deck and the goblins on their first run through with a beacon. 410, yeah, you're approaching up, walking through the little bit of the stream by beacon here, and Zabuza perhaps hovering over the water. I'm not sure. You're right on where the water slips through, so it's a little bit more treacherous where Zabuza is on all fronts, but you've seen Athena go into the right, and your compatriots finish off both of the creatures that you did see on the outside. You know, the goblins are asleep to your right, and Jurgen is coming up behind you to assist. What would you like to do with your
Slow!
turn?
It's gonna ready my daggers, but following after him. Not sure what we'll find in there, but better safe than sorry.
Yes, I do have to be in touch range. But I can pass her and then do it.
Just gonna move along here to like the wall. Or well.
You said you're doing
like
what is it?
Move a bit closer into like the cave, around like a wall area.
Okay. Okay, move up like right around here. Like, I got you. Right up here.
Yeah, like around there. Things being a little laggy right now.
So yeah, as you come up in here, you can see the just the utterly destroyed wolf and the finished the finished enemies that were destroyed earlier, and the injured wolf that seems to be backed in the corner. The more of you that come in here, the more concerned it looks, and it's backing into this rubble that seems to be all there's like there's all kinds of stone and rubble that seems to be piled up in the back here, that's filling all the way up to the top of whatever opening is there, and it's just pushing itself and trying to bury itself, backing away as you guys are filling in, but still not making any hostile moves. You still have your action and bonus and some of your movement.
I don't have anything I could do to help it.
You have beans. You can give it a bean. But you'd use a bean.
I will give it a bean.
Yeah,
Kill it.
I'll move over to the wolf and give it a bean.
If it eats the bean, it will heal 4 HP.
Alright. Then go over
We'll
and
kill it.
go ahead and give me an animal handling check at advantage.
Okay.
Are we still in combat?
Yes.
We're going to keep the initiative order for the sake of there possibly being more combat, but
Okay.
technically no. So your speech order and all of that is free, but you guys are under the pretense, especially like Darren, you can see a little bit of a goblin up there. Zabuza probably can too. So you're under the pretense that combat could erupt at any moment, but yes, you guys are out of combat.
We are
Okay, so
ready.
I get to move now, right?
Yes.
Jurgen's gonna pull up his overalls and like wade through the river like a dainty, like all ladylike.
So now that we are out of combat, in a way, I'm going to kind of like move through the orders. So just know that there is a ticking time. That only a minute lasts on the sleep before you have to redo it.
Yeah, I was gonna take care of that.
Okay.
I rolled
So
a
you
seven.
still got plenty of time right now. You've probably got like 50 seconds as far
Can
as
we-
that goes.
Float another river?
Oh, or you just throw him in the water? Okay, I was puts down his hammer.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he grabs this goblin and just throws it in the river. Like that!
That's
Face
a
first
7
down
on
in the
animal
river.
handling.
So, can I cast Healing Word on the wolf that will...
I'm also gonna fireman carry the other goblin. How heavy is a goblin?
And they're about 30 to 40 pounds, depending on the goblin. This one seems to be on the lighter side, so doesn't seem to be too heavy for you. You
I
carry
guess
heavy.
I would also take up one of my free hands.
Like a large dog.
Yeah.
So I'm one-handing my warhammer, I suppose.
All right. So he's got the hammer almost by the entire hammerhead, holding it like by the top of it. As
Yeah.
he throws this goblin over his shoulder, and he's kind of like holding it by its breeches, reverse-handed, just hobbling over.
Like a killer in DnD.
Oh, I have an idea what to do with the goblin.
Oh, wait.
That guy looks hungry, and I'm gonna throw the goblin at the dog.
Okay.
Like over here.
What about that animal handling check?
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm
I
interrupting.
rolled a 7.
7 out of 7. Okay, so as you're, leaning down to give it the bean, and it's looking around, it's looking like wide-eyed and wild. It's looking at Athena, and it's looking at Zabuza and Darren, just tracing everybody, sizing everybody up. But it keeps coming back to you, Fortune. And as you're getting closer with the bean, it looks like it's going to be accepting. But then out of nowhere, you hear splashing and thunderous steps, and all of a sudden, you see a goblin out of the corner of your eye hurtling through the air and smacking into the back of the wall, startling the wolf, and it turns around and attacks the animal, or attacks the thing that startled it, as well as I'll need Jurgen. Go ahead and give me,
Sorry.
go ahead and give me like a D6 roll for me, if you would.
It's a trap.
You can add your strength to it.
That would be a 9.
Nice. So it smacks into the wall, and Jurgen, you know from the way that you threw it, the way it hit, it broke its neck on impact. There's no way it lived through it. But the wolf, not knowing if it was alive or dead, ravaged into it anyways. It bit into it, tore away, and just pieces of the goblin went flying free before any of you else registered what happened. Athena, over your shoulder, everything seemed to have exploded into action.
Goblins can fly now. These goblins are different.
I'm gonna pull out a crossbow that looks like it's made out of garbage because Jurgen's made it. I'm like, quick, it's distracted.
Don't hurt it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put away the crossbow and take my hammer back out.
I'm gonna sit there face palming.
So, Beacon is going to go up to the one that was slain and see if it's within healing word of saving. Nope.
You're gonna try to, what is it?
I'm gonna try to cast healing word on the one that the fallen Asimar killed. Because Beacon is gonna mumble about bullies and killing weaker things, and thinking that, always just picking on smaller, wasn't bothering anybody. Is that wolf
Give me a heal.
I mean, I can do a healing word.
Yeah, if you're actually casting healing word, go ahead and give me the roll for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually cast healing word at my last spell slot of the day.
I mean, if you want to expend it.
I do.
Okay, so as you breathe life, or what you know is a heal from what you've been, it seems to flutter back into breathing for a moment. Its eyes come back and it looks at you. You recognize something within this animal. But then feathers seem to burst out of its mouth as its face sinks in again and its eyes.
My last bean. Throw a bean in its mouth.
The moment it catches a bean, give me a
Just 4 straight HP.
4 HP.
Yep.
Nice. So with that, as you put the bean in its mouth as its face starts to sink in. You crunch down with its jaw, forcing it to eat the bean, forcing it to swallow it. Even scooping up a bit of water from the flowing river to try to ease the process a little bit more. It looks like it fails at first, but a moment and a heartbeat pass, and then its eyes flutter back open and it looks up to you. And that moment, that recognition is there again. And you seem to have saved it from the brink of death. And it is now in your arms, upside down, very incapable of fighting, but very much alive.
Can he lift a wolf?
Yeah, I can lift a wolf.
Meanwhile,
Locked on him.
your size,
I am not
14
carrying that.
after
All
the
firemen carried this thing. Got another one. I like this plan. This is a good plan. It works. Every time I've tried it.
After the wolf ravaged the goblin near Fortin, it moved over again to accept the bead, not realizing what had happened behind it probably, but it accepted the bean and also looks like it has grown some kind of kinship towards Fortin.
Senzu beans, they work.
I'll give my beans to the wolves just to heal them up a little better so we can travel with them.
Even the gross bean.
Yeah, they're both kind of gross because like they got my slopper on them, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so as you guys are settling here, you see Darren sees a goblin that stops and is squinting its eyes looking, and its eyes suddenly widen. It lets off a squawk, and Darren, Beacon, Zabuza, and Jurgen, you all definitely can hear the squawk and definitely know that this thing has at least seen one or more of you, and it begins to sound some verbal alarm and yelling something. It says,
Okay.
Can I see it? I can see it, right?
where are you?
I'm right here.
Ping again, sorry. Oh, there you are, Jurgen, sorry. From where you are, yeah, you can see it from just like peeking around that edge, and as soon as it made a sound, you could see it on that bridge as it kind of like stopped and was just like leering back and forth, kind of bob and weaving, trying to make out what it was in the darkness. But it seems to have spotted one or more of you, and it looks rather startled.
I'd like to shoot it with the crossbow.
Wait, how good is the lighting in the cave?
The lighting is not great because, again, it is dark outside now, and they don't seem to have any torches or anything like that lit. So it's pretty terrible.
You have that weird flashlight thing that I made. It's only 5 feet of light.
Oh, how much does it give you?
It's 5 feet of bright light, and after that, 5 feet of dim light.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Give you.
I can link the ability again.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a thingamabob. Just click.
But that's only if you want to turn on the light thing, Mr. Human.
Yep. There we go.
Hey, very nice.
Yep, I set up the aura.
Can you actually see that far?
Um,
As far as your thing goes?
yeah, that's dim. I don't have dark vision. I can't see.
Yeah, I know. I set it up
Since
to
I
where
see it, would I be able to attack it?
I want to give you a little bit more vision. Usually there's a thing with
I'll be able to make like night vision goggles next level if we don't want to worry about, oh, we have to help the guy with no dark vision. But I also am completely fine with rocking torches everywhere because dark vision actually isn't as good as a lot of people think it is.
It helps.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
better than nothing, but real light's better.
I mean, we have an ASMR. We have light in our party. But I believe light is essentially just a torch that doesn't run out.
Can I just fly up and whack it? Is that okay with you guys? Like try to
Yeah.
sneak up since I'm pretty much dark, and like just sneak in the darkness of the the roof of the cave, fly up there and just.
Still gonna try to shoot it, but that's a really good plan.
Here, if I miss the whack or if I get caught, you can shoot it. How does that sound?
Oh, like you tapping Jurgen on the shoulder and going, "Hey, let me handle this."
So this is your light, Darren.
Yeah. If I
Mhm.
decide to toss it,
I think they give you a little bit more options here. Thing real quick to make sure. Control L. Not that too. This one. Yes. Okay, that looks much better. Yeah, you should be able to move that and control it. Yeah. So you can just kind of like drag over all your people or all your things and move it. Assuming you guys keep it, these teams, there's a possibility to where they could bond with you to an extent to where they gain their own time and have their own things that you can control. But that all depends if you can maintain them. Right now, they are following you with friendly intent.
they gave him food. And they feel better.
So
Somebody's gonna try something.
You just threw up the net.
Beacon, I do not know what you were doing, my friend, but you were somehow through the wall there.
Yeah. Alright. What happened? Alright.
Okay, so yeah, you're down here with this wolf.
Yep. Is it my turn or?
It is yours turn still actively.
So I'm gonna encourage the dog to go over in this corner and just stay. Dog, wolf.
It slowly kind of moseys its way over there and lays down and keeps looking to you and looks a little bit leery of everyone else, but its eyes keep coming back to Beacon.
And just say, wait, stay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until everybody else moves out before I interact with goblins.
Alright, are you reserving an action for anything?
The only action is if a goblin appears from somewhere in this area, then I'm going to viciously mock the hell out of it.
Gotcha, no problem.
I was gonna shoot it, but then Zabuza is like, "Hey, I had an idea. I want to try something." So then I guess I'm holding.
Alright, fair enough. Holding, possibly. So we go to this guy, which is this guy now, who is. And he is going to lob an arrow in your guys' direction. So you hear the familiar thrum, oh my, of a short bow, and Darren catches a feisty 11 piercing in his left shoulder.
Being an AC of 18? That's pretty epic.
Oh, if he just got hit, can I use my held action to shoot him?
You can't see him where he is, fortunately.
No, the one that I was gonna shoot that guy.
Yeah, I would allow you to do it like as you came down, but
After after Darren's hit gets resolved.
yeah. So Darren, yeah, you unfortunately took a hit for 24 from a short bow, which resulted in 11 piercing because it was a crit.
Well, I'm down.
So
Wait, you're
Darren goes
Yes.
down in the water, and blood flows through down past Zabuz's feet, and you see that, and you look up, and Darren is gasping for air as the water flows over his face.
Can I use my reserved or my held action to do something else? I'm gonna
Okay.
bean him. Oh wait, no, I ate my bean. I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Cure Wounds.
If you have the spell slot, feel free.
I do, and it's also prepared, because my intelligence rolls aren't very good.
Right. Yeah, this will be using your reactions. I was able to literally get back here in a second. Because you're literally up next. Yeah, so go ahead. You gotta give me that.
It's 8.
So, technically, that is a touch. So I will need you to land there. And as you're landing, because this is a precarious thing, I'm gonna need an acrobatics or an athletics for the slipperiness of the floor here as you're touching.
So I'm jumping in the river to...
Yeah, because he's laying down in the river as he's going down.
I pull out a thing that looks like a potion,
And athletics, not
and I
bad.
jump over it. Do I land on him?
No, you land right above where his face is, like kind of underneath the water, and he's blinking up at you, kind of gasp for air or to hold his breath. And you're slipping around your feet, trying to catch and find some purchase. Your hands slide up against the wall. Your wings go out reflexively and instinctively, catching side of the walls and giving you just enough stability to reach a finger forward. And
This is Jorgen doing it, the dwarf.
Yeah,
This
the
is the
dwarf is doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jurgen, I am so sorry. I thought it was Zabuza because I had the roll here. Oh,
I was like, what?
So Jurgen, I am so sorry. So yes,
It's fine. Just pull out a thing, pretend it's some beans, and I
yeah.
jam it on his face, and it's like this weird foam stuff. Just spray it in your mouth.
You just hit me with a first aid spray from Resident Evil.
Wait, oops, I did it wrong. And then I'm gonna rip out the arrow and then do it where the arrow was. I did it wrong. Don't swallow that. Don't swallow that. Don't.
Did you just put an arrow in my mouth to tell me to swallow it?
No, I use like a foam, like the Resident Evil foam, but in your mouth. And wait, it's supposed to go where you got hit.
Yeah.
So you are stabilized, Aaron, but you currently only have 1 HP.
No, I used a spell.
Yes,
It's
but when
true.
somebody is in dying state, I'm pretty sure that they only get revived to stabilization.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
He didn't actually go to death saves, unfortunately, but he is currently only at 1 HP. No, you are no longer dying. You are stable. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
get up and
No, I'm
move.
saying. Fine by me. As long as I'm up.
I have no idea what's going on with initiative. I just see the monsters on it.
Yeah. That's why I'm just trusting the DM.
Yeah, I can't see the initiative order either.
Me neither.
I trust he has something keeping track of it, so.
I do. So, as I've made a little bit of a blunder there with Jurgen instead of, or not Jurgen, Zabuzet instead of Jurgen in the narrative, but I apologize. Jurgen used their reaction to perform that because they were reserving it for something else, maybe to attack the goblin. But they instead used it to stabilize Darren, bringing them to 1 HP.
That's raw, but it happened.
So you hear a response in the same goblinoid language. Ichikiki! Off in the distance. And then ha suckle! And then common. With Gundren, Rockseeker! You hear somebody say. And then the goblin stops and is looks at
Taker.
What's that?
Stone Taker, not rock. I mean, here's rock. I'm yelling back to them. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. So they hear the reply, and you hear something again yelled in Goblin, Hukata! And then you hear something that sounds like it's coming from the direction of the rubble where the wolf was hiding. But you also hear it echoed throughout the cavern within. And it sounds like a louder, deeper voice. Haboof! And then several patterns of feet. And you smell something strange. If you guys want to give me a perception check for that. It smells different. It's like a sulfurish-y kind of smell. Ooh, that nat 20. Ooh, that nat 20. Oh.
It's
So
still
you
a
guys-
19.
You guys smell like a hint of brimstone. And it's and you hear like a whoosh of air. I know somebody speaks Infernal. Who was it? I think it was Zabuza.
No, I got common and celestial.
No, that was Fortune. Fortune.
I have stone cunning. Brimstone shouldn't be in this area, right?
I do speak
You-
Infernal.
So, Fortune, you hear a faint hint and whispering, and at first it sounds like, Jesus. And your mind's kind of like doubting that you're hearing this. But as you're listening, you start to remember, and it starts to come in and make sense. And you're hearing, the door opens and lets you in, lets you in, lets you in. And then it fades away. And you would be correct to surmise that you should not be smelling brimstone here.
Yeah, this area is not volcanic. Or they're building a volcano.
Oh yeah, I guess that guidance would be broken. I did go down. Once for a second.
So as you're standing there, the goblin doesn't seem to be making any moves. We're going to Zabuza, who saw Darren go down, but then saw Jurgen bring Darren back up in a daring move right after. But the goblin, after it took its shot, it kind of lowered its bow after the calls, and it just seems to be staring in your direction, as if almost as if it's waiting for something.
I would like to try and use like the darkness of the top of the cave to fly at it and hit it with my scythe.
You're trying to do it stealthily.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll if you would. And you'll be trying to beat its passive here because it's actively looking at you guys. So. Beat stealth. So your wing beats are pretty loud, and it brings up a whoosh of water. It is dark in here, and typical, normal person Darren probably doesn't see much of what's happening. But you do move with a quickness, and you may be able to cover the distance. Although it's hard to tell how quiet you were. To everybody else, you can see Zabuza get in the air and then dash down the cavern towards the goblin on the bridge that shot Darren moments before. So this cavern isn't very tall. It's only about 15 feet up total from about here. So you're only about 10 feet in the air probably overall.
Do I make it to the goblin?
Minute. Double check. if you go straight, yeah, you could probably make it to the goblin. Because you go. Yeah, because you're not going up too much. So if you're just going up to that, yeah, you could probably make it to the goblin. Just be floating there.
And then from like, since my scythe is 5 feet from that spot you just marked, I still should be able to hit it with a scythe, correct?
Correct. You want to hit, you totally can. Come up, stop short. Your wings kind of catch you in the air, holding you in a moment, and kind of cresting around almost full circuit, almost touching the goblin to halt you in the air as you bring your scythe above your head. 13. I think these guys are. Check. They are not. He brings his short sword up and whoosh, catches your scythe right at the blade. He yells out as he holds down his short bow. Gonna kill you, me! It spits in the undercommon. Still have your bonus.
He's strong!
Do I have a bonus action? Like, am I allowed to do that?
If you have something that you can do at bonus action speed, absolutely.
Yeah, bonus actions are normally super specific.
And usually you have a skill or something that says that you use it at bonus action speed. Sometimes DMs will allow certain things if it's appropriate situations. But it just depends on what you were trying to do with that. But we're more looking for like a skill or an ability that you have at bonus action speed. I'm not sure if I can't remember your class. I'm pretty sure rogue or something.
I don't think I do. Not that I see, I don't.
Well, I think
that I
you
can do
always
as a bonus action right now.
You can always attack with your bonus action. You just don't get to add your modifier, I think. You can always take a free action punch with your bonus action.
Well, since it laughed at me, could it trigger something inside of me, and I just like punch it, but when I punch it, it causes my shocking grasp, since I have to make a melee spell attack against it.
Unfortunately, that's another action.
Yeah, that would be action speed. I would allow you to do like an unarmed strike. You're not a monk or anything, so it would just be a solid 1 damage to it. If you wanted to burn your bonus for that, you would still have to make like an attack roll or whatever against it. But
Wouldn't it
if
be
you
1 plus your strength?
Yeah, it would be 1 plus your strength. Sorry about that. Yes.
My strength is 18.
Holy crap!
Yeah, that's just solid freaking 5 damage.
So yeah, I'll slap it in the face for laughing at me.
Yeah, go ahead. So I forget what the unarmed is. I believe it's just it's a d20 plus your strength or dex. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Strength, and then you're always proficient with it.
Yeah. So 19. Damn, dude. So since you got a 19 on that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the crit too, because these things don't have a whole lot of health, and you're just gonna obliterate this thing. Because you hit 5, and this thing only has 7. So, say you stop up there, it interferes with your attack by catching it, laughs in your face, and it just makes something within you broil, and you're free. You're still holding it with your main hand, but your offhand comes out, flings forward, and just smashes into this goblin's face. It's still laughing. Blood is gurgling and gurgling through as now spitting out as its teeth are falling free. And your hand just continues forward, smashing in and now crunching through skull and brains as you send its body falling down into the ravine below.
As I smack it, I would like to do like a kind of a soft yell. I will show you true hell as I smack it.
You got it. You guys kind of hear that echoing through as from the backside.
Oh no, that goblin's up. Never mind.
Through the backside, you guys see and hear all of these disgusting, wet, slapping sounds. And you heard the ting tang, but then you heard the right before you heard, or right after you heard Zabuza yell, and then you heard a small splash, and then saw the goblin's body floating down towards Dare.
That other goblin that I just threw the river's doing.
What's that?
Wonder how that other goblin I threw in the river is doing.
One knows. It was asleep. Probably gonna wake up suffocating. So from there, Zabuza, as you were coming up here, and maybe you lightly touched down, because the bridge from there was about like literally the same level from which you were flying. So you could have easily touched down there. I won't even cost you any movement for that. Let me go over to this layer, because you would have probably seen these two fellas down here who were scurrying back down this way. They're looking back at you as they're seeing you finish off past this bridge down this way, by the way. There's two goblins that are going down past this some pool of water where all this water seems to be coming from. Two goblins just rushing down. You can hear a third somewhere around this corner in the scene, but the goblins are yelling something, and it looks like wherever they think they're going, they think they're about to be safe. You know from the topography that this is probably on the other side of wherever that rubble that Athena and Fortin and Beacon are all in, where they have the wolves. But we are moving to Athena and Darren and Fortin, and then Jurgen on deck. So Athena, yeah, you could hear the barking order sounds coming from the rubble, and then it's slightly delayed, echoing through the caverns behind. You heard, Darren go down and Jurgen pick him up, and then multitude of sounds as Zabuza took down the final goblin. What would you like to do for your turn?
So the wolves are looking all right after the beans and everything.
They're looking pretty decent. They don't look like they could take another combat. They're looking pretty roughed up, but they look subservient for the time being. And
So they look like they can travel.
probably slowly and maybe with some needed help.
Okay.
But they look like they could make it.
I'm
Not at a very
going
quick pace.
to. I'm gonna try to like crawl in as deep as I can to see if I can see anything.
Let the party.
I'm just gonna get like down on my hands and knees, start like digging out, trying to see if that's where the weird smell was coming from.
Yeah, give me an athletics check if you would.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had an idea.
So, as you shift through, a bunch of the rock shifts down, and
Do you get anything
Bunch of the
that
rocks
has
hit you.
advantage for that?
as she's digging, if you guys want to assist her doing that, perhaps.
Would
But
have
just
an extra D4, but I lost that.
I was just wondering, because she's Tabaxi and a monk, if there would be anything in there that's like, hey, advantage on athletics.
and if she didn't,
So, if she was a
No.
barbarian raging, then yes.
yeah.
Oh, right.
So, if you want to go ahead and use that check, you can, and add the D4 to it.
I don't have the D4 anymore.
Remember, I went down. I think that's
Oh,
what he,
yeah.
I was saying. I think that's what he's thinking of. Because I went down, it was concentration.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If somebody if you wanted to assist in some way, you could have advantage on it, or they could roll in athletics as well. and then we'll just take the better of the two. But currently,
Yeah.
rocks are falling on Athena, and you are taking 2 blood damage as 2 rocks smack you in the head.
Yeah.
A small
I'm
peek
gonna-
of a hole does reveal itself, though.
She's going to like get hit in the head and keep digging for a second, and then be like, "Ow!"
Small light flitters through at the top of the hole, about 10 feet high. It's a bit of difficult climb to get all the way up there, and you probably have to continue digging, but you do see a small light of something flicking through.
Hey, there's light in here. And she's going to do that.
Mind
She's
if I
just
do something?
curious.
Alright, yeah, I'll allow it. If you use your like whole action and your bonus, you can do another one, but again, the rocks are super slippery here, and you run the risk of getting hit with more rocks.
I don't know. After that last rock, I don't know if I want to keep digging.
Hey, Athena, you think you can hold some of those rocks up for a little bit? I got an idea.
Could I, like, try to brace it then?
Brace it how?
Like, brace the rocks up for other people to dig?
If you explain to me how you're bracing it, or maybe using something to brace it with, perhaps?
I'm going to use my head to hold one, a foot to use to hold another, my hands, and my tail. And I'm just gonna
Your
treat it like a
entire body.
meditation and stand on my one foot and just hold the rocks.
Okay. Sure. You can give somebody a D6 because of you using your limbs and appendages to a bonus if they want to try to dig beneath you.
Like reverse planking.
I call this the starfish. Classic move.
No, Patrick.
It's so bizarre.
Hold on a second, I gotta check something real quick.
Alright, meanwhile, that will be your turn. You will be reverse planking this thing, assisting and holding it up for somebody. So we'll move to Darren. Darren, you gasp for air, sit up, get to your feet. Suddenly you're standing. For a moment, everything went black. Couldn't breathe. Water was rushing over you. But now everything seems to be fine ever since Jurgen touched you and filled you with life.
Don't matter on me.
That's happened.
Gotta go to
right.
the milk honey whatever place.
Oh yeah, ram.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be Kevin.
First thing first, I'm gonna heal myself. One D8 plus 6, and I'm back up to full. Yay!
A dog.
Plus 6,
All right,
holy cow.
I'm ready. But when it's my turn,
Yep.
Darren just flexes. And he's back to full.
Oh.
You just see me take out 2 fingers, kiss them, touch it, and it just kind of singes clothes. Anyway, continue
Smoldering.
on. It glows with holy light.
That's one buff baker.
Know it. Continue on.
Does it smell like bread when you do your spells?
Yes.
That's great. And Fortune and Jurgen, you're on deck, by the way, for next.
Oh, cool.
Then I am going
And Darren, I'm from there, you can see this other goblin right here. It's cowering against the wall. You can see its back end. And then you can see these other ones that are making tail to run down this southern area past all of the water that's up here.
Fortunately, I can't see anything.
So you can barely make out these kind of shadowy silhouettes that are moving off in the distance. But the one that you kind of can see more, that's more closely, is definitely a goblinoid small form. You can tell because it doesn't have the, hairy, spindly arms of the spider things.
The spider boys, yes.
Yeah.
And as
So-
my action, I'm going to go ahead and give myself guidance. Then, may I use my bonus action to throw the light?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a little Pokeball, kind of, so.
I'm just asking if he's allowing that more than anything.
Yeah, tell me where you're aiming it.
Right about
You got it. So you kind of chuck it, it skips across the water, lands in there, and it kind of goes underneath the water a little bit, but the glow still seems to catch it in such a way to where it illuminates the area. I don't know if it's doing it the way I want it to, but 1 second, I'm going to turn it into a drawing real quick. Yeah, that does it. Alright, there, try to put it exactly where you want it there, because it should let you go outside the grid.
there.
There we go.
Is that?
Yeah, however you wanted it there.
Yeah, that's direct path, and it would hit the stalagmite.
Yeah, stalagmites are on the bottom.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just kind of right before the stalagmite sinks a little bit. It looks like from your angle, Darren, from how you saw it go, the water there is probably 6 inches at most. But the rock is still doing its job, sufficiently lighting the area. You can definitely tell that this goblin here, if you can make it out from your area, the silhouette at the very least. Go ahead, sorry.
Falling away. Fortunately. Yep. That's all I'm doing.
So 410. Yeah, you couldn't see anything that was happening from there, but you see Athena planking in front of you, moving all of these things. You saw her take a couple of rocks to the head, but she's readily holding this up and expectantly looking around, waiting for somebody else to finish what she has started. Jurgen, you are dead.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, you got cut off, and I thought I thought you said, Jurgen, you are dead.
No, you're on deck, sorry, after Fortune.
Cool, peace. I follow the water.
Sorry about that.
Name was written in the death note.
Do the Terminator's thumbs up, but with regular water.
Gonna unwrap some of the bandages around my one eye and proceed to alter my form, becoming a rock gnome.
Neat. I can't see any of
A
that.
gnome?
Yeah, there's a
Gnome.
cold in the party.
He just gnomed us. He's not a gnome.
And then I'm gonna
Or
kind
a
of
goblin.
crawl in underneath Athena and just kind of start helping her dig and move the rocks out of the way.
What color is the gnome hair?
Where's
I
the
mean,
gnome?
it's white.
Oh,
Oh, is Fortune a gnome?
Yes, I changed into a gnome.
You actually cannot do that because it would be changing
Actually?
size category. Because gnomes are actually considered
Actually-
small.
Changelings can change their form into anything between medium and small creatures.
I do not believe that is true. I'm pretty sure it's just their size categories. They can't. That's their kind of one thing.
That's
Okay.
what I took me to look up in my thing here.
1 second.
Because
I'm more
I
than-
looked into the Monsters of the Multiverse book.
Is it in the Monsters of the Multiverse?
Yeah. I knew it said something about the changeling. I just wanted to make sure. If you like, I can send you a picture of the page.
Not entirely needed. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That checks out. So I apologize for the interruption. You are a gnome.
It's all good.
Got
Yeah,
no-
turned into a gnome. Going in underneath Athena to help her dig.
Poor
She's
Jurgen.
just gonna be like, "Hi there."